ending here for the double kill point for Kyrie on the back of his fight. Canceling fast forward, conceding.
Since the very first Dead by Daylight tournament. So I'm hoping that my own team does well and performs. But I think I don't think there'll be any sort of a loss by me not being in there. I mean, you know what they say, coaches don't play.
I'm very sorry. I'm gonna have to interject. We were actually muted for the start of the stream, so I'm just gonna reintroduce. So, hello everyone, and finally, welcome to the Spring 2024 University Esports Dead by Daylight Fan Favorites Tournament. I'm Becca. I'm going to be hosting and casting tonight, and I'm joined by our lovely casters, Helgloom, who hopefully knows a lot more about Dead by Daylight than I do, and also David. You guys want to introduce yourselves?
Yeah. So as said, hi, I'm Helgloom. I'm from the University of Sussex. I have a decent few hours in Dead by Daylight, and I've spent quite a bit of time coaching a Dead by Daylight team. Hopefully I'll be able to provide a decent insight into what's going on in the games, and sorry.
That's okay. I'm glad we had a practice go.
Yeah.
So I'm David. I'm the managing director of Newell, and that's basically why I'm here. It's certainly not my knowledge of Dead by Daylight. I have watched a lot of people playing Dead by Daylight, but not quite understood what's going on. So I'm probably going to be asking a lot of very dense questions during this. But I'm very hyped about watching this community tournament tonight.
Yeah, I'm like an outcast here because I've played like 5 games of Dead by Daylight, but I really like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, so I'm kind of hoping that can like carry me through. But even then, I only really played the killer on that, so we'll see how this goes. So just to explain tonight, so it's gonna be 6 rounds of round robin that we're watching these teams compete on. So Helgloom, are there any teams that you think in particular we should be looking out for?
Absolutely. So the Trapper Mains, which is a team from both the University of Birmingham and LSE, I believe last time they didn't lose a single round, and they only lost a single point in the entire tournament last time, and that was just because of a disconnect. They were already actually at the exit gate, so they were ready to escape, and there was a disconnect at the end, unfortunately. So I think they're gonna bring a lot of power to this tournament, and they're definitely the team to look out for.
Okay.
Sorry, Becca.
Sorry. No, you go.
I don't want to steal your job.
No. I was just gonna segue on. So if you have another point, go for it.
Yeah, I was going to ask, Helgrim, you mentioned that you do coaching. Is that coaching in Dead by Daylight? Is that a thing?
Not exactly. So I mean, I've spent quite a bit of time with my university's Dead by Daylight team. Not so much this tournament round; they've kind of been managing themselves a bit more. But like around the previous tournament, I spent quite a few hours watching their gameplay, analyzing it, giving some feedback, and trying to find sort of good builds that would work for them. And try and find sort of like assign them sort of good roles for each player to kind of focus on, and so hopefully they can kind of work, because it was a very sort of rushed team. So we spent quite a bit of time working on that, and so I have a bit of experience with building comps, seeing what kind of works and what doesn't work in teams. So
because I've only ever really watched and played Dead by Daylight as from a solo perspective. So is it just a completely different dynamic when you're playing as a team?
Is so different because when you're in a call with other people, you can communicate so much more information, and it's so valuable. You can tell like immediately when the killer is about to like, or has left you in a chase, or if you're looping them somewhere, you can tell your teammates exactly where you are. And they've actually devised sort of like a system where you could use sort of like the 12 hands on a clock to locate positions in the map, and people will communicate their position based off of that, so that the person who's running the killer and distracting them stays away from the people who are doing those generators and getting the objectives done. And it can be really difficult for the killer, and especially since the killer is then playing on their own as well. It puts a lot more it puts a lot more pressure on them, and it's definitely a lot more difficult to play against a survive with friends or a survivor team. So yeah, it's a very, very different a different game.
Is the etiquette? I'll be quiet.
No, go on.
I'm actually genuinely really curious about all this. It's like
I am too.
Is the etiquette different for a killer in like an organized play like this? So obviously, like in a regular game, like things like tunneling and stuff, it's like you don't want to do that. But like, what about when you're in like a competitive tournament?
In a competitive tournament, tunneling is actually probably one of the best strategies. Getting that first player out, getting those points, and also then you have, instead of having 4 people who are spreading that sort of pressure against you in terms of time, there's now only 3 people. 1 person has to run that killer, 2 people then have to work at generators. It's much easier to then get that person who's running the killer, and then there's only 1 person to run the killer, and the other one has to go for the rescue. Or if you then, it's much easier to just focus like people out, and then once you've got 1 or 2 people out, it's quite easy to clean up the rest of them. So yeah, I would say tunneling, it's not, I wouldn't say it's considered as toxic in a tournament sort of base setup. I mean, no one likes being tunneled. It's not fun for the player, but if that's what you got to do to win, you got to do it. But at the same time, there's also a lot of strategies that survivors can implement, sort of with a lot of different, because there's so many perks in the game. There's so many different like builds you can have that all relate to different strategies, and so the survivors can also do a lot to counter those killers. And there's also a bunch of perks that are designed to stop tunneling, such as like borrowed time off the record. I have to remember them all. There's a lot of perks. But yeah, they're all like, there's a balance to it. And I know that last time, especially, we've seen both survivor teams and killer players succeed incredibly well in the tournament. So I would say, yeah, you'll see a lot of toxicity, but it's not really. It's just the way the game is played.
So obviously tonight the killers will have to keep rotating, so we're not going to see specific killers over and over. Do you think there's going to be like a first pick that a lot of people go for to get like an easy win?
I would say it maybe not be the first pick, but it would be a sort of a pocket pick. The nurse has a very, very high kill rate, and they're a very aggressive killer. They can teleport onto the survivor, so it's much harder to loop against them. As well as that, there's the Blight, which is also another killer that's very, very good at sort of outplaying loops. And there's a lot of these kinds of killers that are just so good because of their ability to sort of just like focus someone out of a loop and like pressure that loop so hard that the survivor can either run away from the loop and then be wasting resources, or they can be like or they take a hit or they take a down. So things like Nurse is probably going to be seen at least once tonight. I would also say there's another killer that has been kind of getting a bit stronger recently. I think in the most recent patch they had they released sort of the statistics, and I believe Skull Merchant, which was usually considered quite a lower like ranked killer. She's quite difficult to play. She has like a 70% kill rate on in game, so I feel like we might possibly see them. There are definitely some killers that I really want to see, or some specific builds that I really want to see, because it's a lot more fun when you have some funny characters. And of course we have a few rules in place so that we can't have everyone bringing in the most powerful add-ons and the most powerful items and all that sort of stuff. But one of the builds I really do want to see, I'm just trying to scroll down to remember the exact name of it, but there's the what is it called again? It is called the Speed Limiter Bubba, where instead of his chainsaw being an instant down, it hits them once like a normal hit.
Yeah.
It's quite a funny build, and I personally, if a team pulls that off, I'd be quite happy. And as well as that, same with the Hillbilly. There's, I believe it's called the Broken Primer Bulb, I believe is the add-on that does the same thing pretty much. It's one of those fun builds that you don't really see as much, but
Yeah.
it could be quite fun.
Well, hopefully some of the teams are listening in and your prayers will be answered. Do you think there's any other, like, so I guess specifically killer perks that you think we'll be seeing a lot of tonight?
Probably. So there's a few perks that have just always been extremely strong. One of those is Scourge Hook Pain Resonance, which is a perk that allows you to basically, every time you hook a survivor on a specific hook called the Scourge Hook, which is be highlighted in white for the killer, it causes the generator that's like the most progressed to explode and lose 25% of its maximum amount of like progression. So it's a huge slowdown perk. You hook a survivor, and all of a sudden the person who is about to finish their generator now has to do 25% more of that generator, which is a big time sink.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, it's quite a big perk, and I think we might see quite a lot of Lethal Pursuer pulled out as well, which is a perk that at the very start of the game, for I think it's about 7 seconds, it shows you where every single one of the survivors is, so you can kind of immediately get on that first chase and pressure someone out for that.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be used by someone trying to get fast kills. Probably see that early on.
Yeah.
So, David, are you a big horror game player, or do you kind of shy away from it?
I'm a complete wimp.
Yeah, me too.
It's I remember I got it was Alien Isolation. I got to the bit early on where the aliens barely appeared, and you're like, the tram is coming to collect you. And I couldn't cope, and I had to quit. So it's I find this in particular, like, so when I watch people playing Dead by Daylight, so much of it is around kind of avoiding people in that chase, right? And I just can't do it. So I'm like, it's like I see them, they see me, I'm gonna go down, and I just get, it's very, very intense with the music for it. So
Yeah.
horror movies, horror games, it's difficult for me.
Yeah. See, I'm
This is
quite
me
a
being
weird
brave.
one. Like, I really love horror movies, but I'm such a wimp when it comes to games. Like, I have to be playing with friends. So I can kind of cope with, like, Dead by Daylight, Texas. I've been playing, like, Outlast Trials and stuff like that. Because I kind of have people around me that if I, like, freeze, I'm like, guys, can you do this for me, please? But playing horror games on my own is a complete no-no. I tried to play the first Outlast on my own. I think I got to, like, the first, like, I was going through, like, the corridors, and then you get to, like, an open area. And I just can't cope with, like, the idea that something could come from, like, anywhere. Like, when it's a corridor, it's fine. But as soon as it's a big open space. And that's kind of what I hated about Dead by Daylight as well. And I'd be really panicking because I'm on the generators. And then I'm just, like, so aware that they could come from, like, anywhere. And I'm just apparently, like, hiding in the grass, trying to keep them, like, in my line of sight. Just waiting for everyone else to do the jennies, and then I can just run, like, straight to the exit.
It's when you see the red mark on the floor, right? And you're like, oh my goodness, they're here.
Yeah.
And, like, normally the music from Halloween turns on, and you're like, okay, here we go. I react very strangely to horror movies, though. I actually went to see one of the Halloween movies not that long ago, and like there was a jump scare where everybody else in the room like screamed, and I just burst out laughing. And I've learned that is now my defense mechanism for such situations.
So
Hopefully
what
we'll
about
be
you?
left.
Like,
Sorry.
how do you sort of cope with playing horror games and stuff, Jasper?
Well, I don't play that many horror games. In fact, I'm kind of in the same boat as you. I tried to play Outlast, the first game, and I nearly threw up, actually. But I'm a big fan of...
It's so terrifying.
It is. It really is. I had a lot of fun playing, the Outlast Trials and Dead by Daylight. I honestly would probably classify Dead by Daylight, games like Dead by Daylight and SCP Secret Laboratory, which is another game that's classified technically as a horror game. They're less horror now because they're they've been sort of played so much that you don't really get as scared.
Well, I don't know.
Personally, that's at least for me. That's what
He's
I would
immune.
say. But I'm immune. I'm
you
immune
might
to
be
the jump
immune.
scares.
I'm still like shaking in a cupboard in Outlast Trials. So.
Although you say that, there are some, like, especially the new killer that's just been released in PTB has a terrifying Mori, and I mean there's a few things in Dead by Daylight that can definitely make you scared or at least feel a bit uncomfortable. I usually find playing with the lights on tends to be the best bet for horror games, but I mean if you're playing with friends, it seems to be a lot more comfortable.
I find for me, like, the thing that helps me the most is if I just get angry. Like, that anger overpowers the fear. So instead of just like, oh my god, get out of my way, this is so annoying. Instead of like, oh, I'm gonna die.
It's your fight or flight mechanism kicking in, and you're all out of flight.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn on fight. Like, it's just something about being helpless. Like, if I have a gun in my hand, like, I'm okay. But when I don't, like, I'm gonna still be in that, like, mode.
I feel like you'd take a decisive strike in Dead by Daylight. I feel like that's a perk you'd probably run.
Yeah.
It's the perk where you stab them in the shoulder when they try to pick you up and you run away.
Yeah.
So.
Nice.
This is exactly why I prefer playing killer. Like, I don't need to be scared of it. Although I do still get jump scared sometimes, like when you're not expecting people and pop out of nowhere. But that, that's probably just because I'm a wimp. But yeah, I don't know. I just maybe it's like weird, but I just find it really, really fun to like put people down. Like, you gotta try and psych them out, I don't know.
We're learning something about you here, Becca.
Yeah, maybe I'm just like a psychopath, but
I'm gonna lock my
the thrill
doors
of the
tonight.
hunt.
Isn't it a problem though, right? Like you're playing as a survivor, and it seems like they're just completely omnipotent, right? The killer can do anything; they're just always there. And then you play as the killer, and suddenly it's like I'm just being trolled by the survivors left and right. It's like, wait a minute, none of these powers work like they're supposed to. Like, it must be rigged.
Yeah. That has just reminded me of something I definitely want to see tonight from a Survivor team. If any of the survivors are listening, I need to see a killer get holed. It's that's for people who don't play the game. It's when the killer sort of like leans back to do a sort of a charged attack where they swing further forwards and they move in a bit of a shorter distance, and the survivor just moves around sort of like a hole in the floor, and the killer just falls straight into the hole. I need to see that. We need to see that tonight.
That'd be good.
I'm not asking this because of personal experience, I swear. But if you're the killer and you're chasing somebody and they're just leading you around in circles and you can't catch up with them and they're basically mocking you, like, what's the strategy to stop that from happening?
Find someone else to tunnel out of the game.
Okay.
Well, that too. But oftentimes, if a chase is just not leading anywhere, you need to find the weaker link in the team, and so. In that case, either they're using like abilities that require cooldowns, such as an exhaustion perk, in which case, once you've waited that out, you'll eventually get what's called bloodlust, and it's where you move much faster, and you might be able to catch up with them that way. Or if they're just running and they're like throwing down the pallets and then just running and then throwing down the pallet, you're effectively wasting resources of theirs. They have limited pallets in the game, so that's not a bad thing to be doing, but ultimately, if a survivor is just running you around the same sort of like tile continuously and you're losing out on generators, it might be better to find someone else to pressure who maybe isn't as good at running the killer. And then once you've tunneled them out of the game, the person who was usually sitting on the generators is now no longer on the generators, and they have a lot slower of a progress.
And also, I'm definitely also not asking from personal experience. Does it ever make sense to hide in the cupboards?
There's a few times where it would make sense, such as, for example, if the killer has the perk Barbecue and Chili, which is a perk where when he hooks a survivor, it shows it's his great name. It's from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's from Bubba, but it's one of his perks. But basically, when you hook the survivor, it shows the aura of all the players who are a certain distance away from you. But if you hide in that locker, they won't see you. Also, there's a few other perks like Head On, which I feel like is becoming more meta now. It's a perk where you sit in the locker for I think it's 3 seconds, and then when the killer comes past, you can jump out of the locker and stun the killer. Huh. So it's great for if you set up a chase with another person and one person sits in the locker and the other person runs past, and then you jump out and stun the killer, and then the killer's now not going to be able to catch up to that survivor that was being looped. And there's a few perks like that, inner strength, which lets you heal in the locker. But I mean, most of the time, it's better to just crouch around a corner, because they're less likely to look there. Also, if you just run into the locker, there's scratch marks. If you're injured, there's blood that'll pool outside the locker.
Yeah.
So an experienced killer will find you. So I would say the best bet is just to keep running.
Nice. Nowhere is safe. Nice.
We're in agreement then that Becca is the one who's going to be jumping on him and doing a bit of stabby stab, and I'm going to be the locker gremlin that's like jumping out like for the 1 in 100 chance that they're running past at the time.
Nice.
Yeah, I tend to be usually one of those more sort of like either I'll do sort of boon totems or I'll be working on generators. That tends to be usually my job when I play. I'm not as good at looping as I am at sort of just hitting skill checks and sitting there and kind of like passing on information to the rest of my team.
Right.
So we don't have a looper here in the casting booth. So I'll try my best.
That's actually the secret surprise. The final game is actually us.
Oh,
just jumping in.
Oh, God.
Oh, no. I'm gonna be outed as a fraud here.
So we spoke a lot about killers. Are there any survivors that you think we'll see a lot of tonight?
I mean, so the survivors all like there's nothing that like there's a very, very minor advantages to certain survivors over others.
Oh, I'm talking about totally like aesthetically.
Aesthetically? Okay.
Like
that's
the aesthetic meta of Dead by Daylight.
So, if I'm correct, the meta for Dead by Daylight is to go all the same character with the same clothes on, so it makes it more confusing for the killer, because then they don't exactly know who's who, and
Yeah.
there's a strategy with certain characters where much more muted clothing, and you can kind of hide a lot better. I remember quite a while back, I had a four-person group, and we all went the same character who was wearing really dark clothes. And we played on, I think it was the Backwater Swamp, and it's a very, very grey and dark map. And so us wearing sort of grey and brown, we could kind of just crouch in the bushes, and we could actually hide from the killer. It was very fun. But the
I'm glad Texas has their protection that every survivor has to be different. I think I would lose it if like I was just seeing the same person over and over. Like, I swear I just saw you over there. How can you be here?
I would like to aesthetically. I would like to see a Nicolas Cage because
Yes.
that is probably one of the best collabs they've done so far.
But,
Yeah.
I could understand a lot of the other collabs where it was like Stranger Things or whatever, but just a Nicolas Cage collab.
I don't actually know how it happened, but it is amazing that it did, and I love it so much. And it's also his perks are just so silly as well. There's a perk where you willingly down yourself so that you can then regenerate to full health later. But effectively, it's just used as sort of a bit of a troll perk where, like, if the killer's just chasing you, just turn around, crouch, and just fall down in front of them. I would like to see it played at some point today because I think it would be really funny. But I think
Okay.
seeing a Nick Cage would be good.
Yeah, that would be. Okay, so we have had a few technical difficulties, and unfortunately, we are going to miss out on this first round. So we're just going to go to a little break whilst we wait for other games to finish, which should hopefully be soon because they should have started around 1:15. So stay tuned, everyone, and we'll see you after the break.
From you, telling me you need me here just like I do. All I ever wanted was to make it through. Tell me, how about you? How about you? So where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go? You say you love me, say you're thinking of me, but you're just lonely. Tell me I'm special, but to you I'm anybody. 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 You say you love me, say you're thinking of me, but you're just lonely. Tell me I'm special, but to you I'm anybody. 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 Anybody. But to you I'm anybody. But to you I'm anybody. But to you I'm anybody. Anybody. But to you. But to you. But to you.
No, they're not. Super with the first and only time. Putting up this round of everyone is in hate snakes, and this snake will end it here for double kill by Kyrie on the back of this fight. Cancels back and forth.
Hello and welcome back to the Spring 2024 University Esports Dead by Daylight University Tournament. So we are still waiting for the games to conclude, but we didn't want you guys just staring at a countdown, so we thought that we'd sprinkle in a little bit of entertainment. So during the break, our lovely caster David has found
We're not doing a quiz.
we are doing a quiz. Has found a Dead by Daylight's quiz. So we are going to grill our expert Helgloom.
Oh no, I'm about to
all
be
that he
out.
knows about Dead by Daylight. I hope you're ready for this.
I'm
No, but
not ready.
Just
Oh,
to
no.
be clear, this quiz that I found through Google is entirely insultingly basic.
Oh. I'm gonna get outed as a fraud now.
You're really not. So, okay, fine. Okay, just to be clear, the second question on this quiz is: what's the weapon used by the trapper?
It is a machete, I believe.
Well, apparently, it's bear traps.
Oh,
so-
the bear trap! Oh god!
Oh no, he doesn't know.
Oh,
He doesn't
no.
know the game.
No, the
Okay.
bear trap is
The worst part is you call
ability,
it
but his
insultingly
machete is his
basic.
weapon.
I thought it was
They
insultingly
made it.
basic.
They
It's
made
actually
it too
advanced.
simple.
No, I feel like the expertise level, the perceived expertise level in this cast is just gone down.
This is a good start. I'm 0 for 1 right now.
I just like to clarify, we did question 1 during the break, and it was what year was Dead by Daylight released, and it took
We got
many
there
attempts.
eventually.
It took many attempts. But we'll
Who
give you a
remembers
point.
that?
You did say it.
You
I did get it right.
Yes, you got there eventually.
Right.
I
Is
do
it
actually have an
multiple
actual
choice?
question. Can I ask it
Okay.
before we get to the quiz? Back to the quiz, because this is because we
Absolutely
are. I'm very very happy to admit my ignorance in Dead by Daylight, and this is my opportunity to actually ask somebody who knows stuff about this game.
No.
What do totems do?
Okay, so there are quite a few different things that totems can do, or there's a couple. So a dull totem, which is just a totem that it's just the skeleton bone, it's just the skull and bones sort of, does pretty much nothing. It just sits there. You can cleanse it if you want. Usually people don't cleanse the dull totems because of other things that they can be. And then there's what the killers can do to it and what the survivors can do to it. So a survivor can either bless, or they can what's the word again? They can either bless or sort of like destroy the totem, or cleanse. Sorry, they can either bless or cleanse the totem. By cleansing the totem, they destroy it, and some other things that the killer can do can then be countered by that. Or they can bring along a perk such as Boon Circle of Healing, which is where they bless this totem and it gives an area of effect sort of passive ability to the survivors. So, for example, Circle of Healing allows survivors to heal themselves within the area. There's I think Shadow Step. I think it removes scratch marks, and there's a bunch of these things. The killer can then come along and snuff out the boon sort of totem and just return it back to a dull totem. And the killer can use hex perks, which turn the dull totem into a hex totem. Stuff like, for example, Hex Ruin, which adds a slowdown to all the generators. As soon as you let go of it, it starts regressing. There's stacking sort of perks like Hex Devour Hope, where every time you hook someone and then they get unhooked when you're far enough away from them, it gives you a stack, and at 3 stacks you have you can insta down people, and at 5 stacks you can mori them. And so there's a bunch of those kinds of totems that you can then use. There's other totems like Hex No One Escapes Death, where once the generators have all been powered and the exit gates are able to be opened, it activates and it allows you to insta down people, but if they find your Hex totem, they can cleanse it and remove that. So they're sort of like, it's almost like having a glass cannon in other games, where you have a very powerful perk, but it has a very, very big weakness in the fact that you can lose that perk permanently by someone just cleansing that totem. And usually the reason people don't cleanse those totems is because there's another perk called, I believe it's called Hex Pentimento. Is that the one I'm thinking of? Where once all 5 totems have been cleansed, because there's 5 totems in the game, there are 5 totems spawn in every single map, and they can either be hex totems or they can be dull totems depending on what perks you have. Hex Pentimento is once you've cleansed all the totems, the killer can then go around and rekindle those totems, so like reignite them and turn them into hex totems. And once you have all 5 of those hex totems up, all the benefits of so like each totem gives you some benefits. I believe there's some slowdown or some other stuff. I think it slows down the survivors and certain abilities. And once the killer's gone around and rekindled all of the totems, it locks them so that the survivors can't get rid of them ever again. And it makes it so that you have these permanent sort of like buffs that are really, really strong. So people usually don't cleanse them. Also, by not cleansing them, you can then bless them and turn them into boon totems, which is probably something that we'll actually see hopefully quite a bit today. Because having in a team environment, having a player with boon boon totem perks allows them to sort of set up an area that's almost like a safe space for the survivors, and it's also kind of like a beacon. You can kind of locate it, you can see it throughout the map because it's got an aura, and it just makes it gives you like almost like a home field advantage in an area with some of the perks. So
it's really interesting that you say that is likely going to be a strategy that we're going to see today, because say from my very, very low level experience of playing this game, it often tended to just be a distraction from, I guess, the core goal, which was gens. That it's like you're not necessarily going to go out looking for the totems when you've got gens to work on, right? But I guess this is a level far more advanced than anything I'm familiar with.
Because boons were much more, well, I say much more recently. They were back when I played frequently. They were very recently introduced. Mm-hmm. Before that, the only thing that there could be is hex totems and hex noed, which only appears, no one escapes death which only appears at the end of the game. There was actually quite a good strategy or it wasn't a good strategy, but if you had the time and you're up against a killer that didn't seem very strong, oftentimes you get this feeling they're a noed killer. Let's cleanse all the totems before we finish the last generator. And then, because there's no totems, no dull totems, the Hex Noed totem can't actually ignite, so their perk is basically disabled before it even gets used. Mm-hmm. Nowadays, because there's so much other stuff you can do with totems, and there's so much other stuff the killer can do with them, it's no longer as valuable of a strategy. And I mean, there are still a few perks that can benefit from cleansing totems, such as Inner Strength, where if you cleanse a totem, you can then jump into a locker, and I think it's 6 seconds. I might be wrong. You heal yourself, which is really, really useful against builds or like killer builds that rely on like you not being able to heal by slowing down your healing or making it so that they can see you when you heal. So having an ability that lets you self-heal, but it's not counted as a healing action, so it doesn't reveal you or slow you down or anything, that can be quite beneficial. But that's not a very commonly used perk unless I'm playing with you. That's it's one of my favorite perks to bring, even though it's pretty useless or it's not useless, but it's not as good as other perks. But I play for fun, so.
Okay, so I think it's time to go on to that quiz.
Oh no. Here we go.
Remember how I said this was insultingly basic?
No.
I scrolled down because I was like,
no.
I felt like even I knew that the trapper was the one who had the snappy snap, because I'm like,
the snappy snap.
Yeah, I got caught in it, so I'm like, that's all I ever knew it as. But like, okay, this is okay. Which character had once received an athletic scholarship to college?
Oh, this is gonna be hard. This is now getting into lore, and I'm not sure if does it have multiple choice, or is it a...
I mean, it does, but I don't know if I want to give it to you.
I think I might need that. There's been a lot of characters added to the game. I might need that one. Also, I don't even know if it's a killer.
Fine. Okay. So the 4 options are Laurie Strode, Meg Thomas, Adam Francis, and Nancy Wheeler.
Locking in Meg Thomas there.
Locking in Meg Thomas. Becca, what do you think? As a proficient Dead by Daylight player yourself.
Meg Thomas. Yes.
I should have realized that earlier, because I mean her perks are all based around being a fast runner, sprint burst, adrenaline, and I think Quick and Quiet is more of like an agility based sort of perk as well. So all of her perks kind of do sort of fit that sort of a box. So I should have probably guessed that.
I also just want to give you some props for segueing nicely into something that's actually relevant for this broadcast. But you're correct. The answer is Meg Thomas.
Yes.
As I'm sure everybody who's watching this.
We're such a good team.
Yeah,
Right.
make all this.
The one that I actually am a big fan of Stranger Things. Don't know if you guys like Stranger Things as well. That's probably the one horror thing that I can tolerate because it's all like 80s and synthwave and stuff.
Yeah.
And, that's a millennial thing that I'm a big fan of. But I know that she did not have an athletics scholarship.
She is also the character I main in Dead by Daylight. I do.
Oh, really?
Nancy Wheeler. I'm a Nancy main. Yeah.
Well, why is that?
I just like her perks. It was actually that perk I was talking about earlier, the one where you cleanse a totem and you can heal in a locker. That's inner strength. That's a Nancy perk, and it has always been one of my favorite perks to run, even though it's really useless and people get really annoyed at me for cleansing totems instead of doing generators. But it's good fun.
Because what can the Demogorgon do then?
He is probably one of my favorite killers. He does so. He can. I'm not much of a killer player myself. I'm much more of a survivor player. So I only know sort of from the position of or point of view of a survivor what he does. But he can kind of when he uses his ability, he can sort of leap very far with his ability. I think he can break through pallets with that as well, or like destroyable objects. And so he has like a huge range on his jumps, and he can also place down these portals that allow him to teleport from one portal to another really quickly. So he can set up really good sort of like traps around, for example, basement. If he gets a hook into the basement, he can set up a portal right there. And as soon as he either sees someone running towards the basement or he sees the unhook notification, he can be there pretty much instantly, and either get a trade for that or put a lot more pressure on them and stop them from doing generators by making them heal and mend and all that sort of stuff.
Nice. So they have really leaned into the lore, with all this stuff. Then, so on that topic, because I only discovered that Nicolas Cage was a character in this game very recently. How is that in any way related to him in terms of what he's able to do?
I might be able to, if you give me a second. I can. I will pull up the lore. Let me find that lore. Where is Nicolas Cage? Okay, so Nicolas Cage found a last script, and he found a script. He was given a script to perform a new movie or something, and he was very, very transfixed by it. It was almost like magical that he was kind of transfixed, and he immediately agreed to take part in this movie, and then eventually he goes to this. He goes to the set, which is in a sort of a very remote area, and he starts filming the movie. And then, as soon as the cameras start rolling, he gets introduced into the fog. They kind of do this for all the characters. All the characters have their sort of story of how they ended up in the Dead by Daylight universe or the entity's realm. And his perks are brilliant. I love his perks. They're all very silly. Like the whole thing with the Nicolas Cage DLC was that it was supposed to be quite silly and quite funny. So he has 3 perks: Dramaturgy, Plot Twist, and Scene Partner. Dramaturgy allows you to run with high knees for 0.5 seconds when pressing the active ability button, and it gives you 25% haste, and you either then get exposed, which means that you are instant downable, so you can only get hit once before you go down. It's kind of like, this one's kind of like more like a roll of the dice. It's sort of like you can either get a really unlucky effect or a really good effect. So either you get exposed, you extend the duration of that speed buff by 2 seconds, you scream, you could pick up you get a random item with a random selection of add-ons, which could be quite good. And you can't have the same effect happen twice in a row, and it causes you to become exhausted. So that's one of the status effects that stops you from using it again for about 40 seconds of not running. So it's quite a fun perk. It's the equivalent of gambling in Dead by Daylight, I think, where you could either have something really good happen or something really bad happen, and Yeah, you can find that out. Then plot twist is the one I think I was explaining it very early on, where when you're injured, you can crouch, use the ability button to go down, and then once you fully recover, it fully heals you. So it's often used more as a bit of like a funny perk. So you kind of like go down in front of the killer or something like that. And then scene partner, when you're inside the terror radius of the killer, so when you hear the heartbeat and stuff, if you look at the killer, it causes you to scream, and it reveals the killer's aura for 5 seconds. So basically, you're revealing yourself and making the killer reveal themselves, and then there's a 50% chance that you'll scream again, and that extends the aura reading or aura reveal for like another 2 seconds. It's another silly perk. It's not a very viable perk. It's definitely not meta, but it's funny, and I think that was the main part of this, is just to have a bit of fun.
Imagine playing games for fun.
Yeah, who could ever do that? This is esports.
I play PC building simulator very seriously.
Gotta hit those deadlines.
Yeah. I'm waiting to get to April and it asks me to file my taxes.
Oh no.
Okay, so hopefully we're loading into the lobby now, so we should actually see some Dead by Daylight. See a little bit less of our faces, but you'll still be hearing our voices. So if I'm right, we should be loading in a few seconds. And there we are.
There
wow,
we
it's a game.
are.
Okay.
In we are, and
That is a game.
So we are watching Green Envelopes versus Trappermains. So Green
And,
Envelopes have supplied the killer, and Trappermains are the survivors.
So so I mean, we can take a look at the builds here a little bit very quickly. It looks like the killer is, I believe that is the knight there. The current survivor we're watching, Claudette, is using the perks off the record for when they get hooked. When they get unhooked from their first hook, they can for I think it's 120 seconds. If they get hit, they get broken instead of downed if they're injured. So it's a perk that really allows them to sort of like not get tunneled. They're also, I think we're kind of swapping between the survivors and kind of try and talk about all the perks. So Meg here has for the people, which when Meg is full health can instantly increase up the health state of another survivor, pretty much instantly. So if they're down on the ground, it can basically you trade one of your health states for theirs. Sprint Burst, which is an exhaustion perk which allows you to run very quickly. Decisive Strike, which is once you've been hooked, if you go down somewhat soon and the killer picks you back up, you have a skill check and you're able to then stab the killer in the shoulder, stunning him and letting you get back up and be free. And I believe the last perk was Buckle Up, which I think is a wiggle perk, if I'm correct. I'm not exactly sure. And once again, we got another player with Off the Record. It's a really good anti-tunnel perk. Prove Thyself, which allows them to do generators much quicker when they have more people on the generator. Sprint Burst and Adrenaline, which is the perk which gives you effectively another sprint burst when all the generators are complete, and it also heals you 1 health state up. Looks like we have got some. I'm trying to figure out what. Who's getting
I got
chased?
a question.
Yeah, go for it.
When you're playing this, do you normally go for the great skill checks or just the good skill checks?
I would always once you've played the game a little bit, the great skill checks aren't that difficult to hit, and I would usually aim for like the second half of them. So if you miss it, you don't explode the generator.
Yeah.
You just hit a good skill check. I would always aim for them. Now looking at Turdug here, who is injured, looks like they are building. They're trying not to go down first because they have the perk. I've completely forgotten the name of the perk. Deliverance, where it allows you to unhook if you're not the first person to get hooked, I think, or like when you save someone off the hook, you can then unhook yourself if you're on your first hook state. But because they've now been hooked first, the knight has accidentally thrown one of Claudette's perks out of the game here, because Deliverance only works if you've unhooked someone safely from your if it's your first if you haven't been hooked before. So currently, it looks like the knight has found another survivor there and is now pressuring JTF. The knight's ability is a bit interesting. So it's it has it's a bit complicated. So basically, the knight has three different sort of like guards almost that it can use, and each of them has different. But if you can see there on the screen, you can see the part of the audio is just kicked in for me.
Yes.
You can see how it has like a second character appear, and all three of them have different sort of like speeds and like rates at which they do stuff. Oh, this is very distracting with the audio all of a sudden. But yeah, so the knight basically can summon like an ally to help either attack or pressure another survivor, and they can do all sorts of things like break pallets, they can kick generators, they can hit other players. So you can effectively chase two people at once, but the only catch is that the ghost sort of has to see the survivor, and the killer can't get too far away from them. So looking here, looks like JTF has now used. I don't actually know what perk I don't know what perks they're running right now, but looks like they've used a perk to get them injured. Yeah, they've used off the record there, I think. Or I'm actually very confused.
With two generators left, is it probably fair to say that the survivors are on top here?
Survivors are doing very well here. 3 generators for 2 hooks is really, really good, and they're looking very strong. It's a lot of time pressure against the killer. I would like to take a look at the killer's perk to figure out. Yeah, 1 generator now. I'd like to take a look at the killer's perks just to see what kind of an idea. Oh, and there's the final generator done. Unfortunately, I think because I think some of them are broken, they might not have had their adrenaline kick in. But it looks like Mordo is going to go down here in the corner, and the killer might be able to secure 1 kill. I don't think it's likely for them to secure more than 1 kill here, unless the survivors play this really badly. But from the way the survivors have been playing, I don't think that's likely. They might even try. Sorry.
Is there any way that Mordo could get out of this, do you think? Or do you think they'll just sort of abandon Mordo?
The Nia currently being spectated is full health. They can take a full hit and get Mordo off the hook. Plus, I believe Mordo has other perks that can probably help with anti-tumbling. It looks like Nia is going to be focusing on that exit gate, getting that either to 99 or fully open. I would assume they're probably going to 99 it. So this is a strat that most survivors use nowadays, because once you fully open an exit gate, the timer starts ticking down. You open it to pretty much 99%, so that all you have to do is just tap it and it opens. So that's probably what they're trying to do there. It looks like they have been spotted by the ghost and will be getting chased, which is even if the knight can't get them, it will pressure them. That shows that one of the exit gates has been opened. Nia is going to have to try and run here, try and get to an exit. Although I don't know if they can. The knight is kind of guarding that exit there. They might have to make it to the other exit here. Looks like they're approaching it right now.
It's kind of like what my nightmares look like.
Yeah, no escape. See, the knight's ability there allows them to have a second sort of almost a teammate when they're looping a survivor, which allows them to sort of win the 50-50 by having 2 people on the 2 people like on either side of the pallet, so that the survivor can't actually loop. So the best bet to do when the knight uses his ability is just run away.
Yeah, sometimes like managing duel is a bit like this.
Yes, we can see that they're all trying to play quite carefully at the moment. Obviously they're aware they have to get to the gate soon, but they're also quite aware that they're quite unhealthy.
Yeah, so they're focusing on healing up now, because that allows them to then body block for the survivors that aren't healed up, and should allow them all to get out. I think it was a bit of a misplay for them to open this exit gate when they did here, but that's 2 survivors already out right now. There's 2 out.
Nice.
And the last 2, I think, are at the exit gate, and there we go. That is the end. Perfect game from the survivors there. Well played.
Wow.
And I wasn't expecting to see a knight.
Yeah. I really thought Mordo wasn't gonna make it there, but
yeah. I guess they decided not to leave anyone behind. I think the strategy actually for survivors in this is probably most likely that once the killer has 1 survivor, just leave, because ultimately you'll still win the points. Points wise, you'll still win, and unless you're very confident that you're the better players, or you have much more resources available to you than the killer, there's not really as much of a reason to go back for that final survivor. But it looks like here they were better, and they had more resources. They were confident in their ability to go get that save and get the 4-man escape, ensuring a much higher number of points. So I think that's really well played by them.
Because of course there is that extra incentive for getting the 4th, right? Because it's 2, 3, and 4 for 1, 2, and 3, but then you get a 6 if you get everybody out. So there's that extra kind of incentive for it.
Yeah, it's very different to my casual games that I play whenever I get caught, and I'm like, guys, just get out without me.
Yeah.
Like it matters in this tournament if you want to win. It really matters.
Yeah, I think they played that. I mean, I couldn't see any sort of like major misplay, so I think they played really well. The killer, I honestly didn't really get to watch a lot of the killer, but I think they tried their best, and I think maybe it might just be that the knight is not their best killer. I know that you have to kind of balance out what killers you can play versus what killers you're good at because of the limit of only playing one killer once per the whole tournament. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I think it was well played by both teams, and want to see. I'm curious to see how the other team survivors did.
Yeah, so speaking of, we're going to go to a quick break, and we'll be back after the break with the 3rd round. And check out the scores that will be live updating during the break as well. Okay, I'll see you in a few minutes.
No, they're not. Super with the threat that only fans putting on this round of everyone, if you hate snakes, then this snake will end it here for the double kill versus Irie on the backhand of his fight. Cancel fast forward and see.
Hello and welcome back to the Spring 2024 University Esports Dead by Daylight Fan Favorites Tournament. So we just watched a very fast but exciting round 2. We're going into round 3. I can't add today. How are you feeling about round 3?
Well, I mean, I'm not exactly sure who's playing so far. We'll have to see when we get into the game, but I think it'll be a good game. I don't know what to expect yet. I guess we'll just have to see. Is what I'd say.
Just general optimism.
Yeah, general optimism. The game's
feeling pretty
so
hyped, you know.
So taking a look at the leaderboard, we've got Trapper Mains on top with 2 wins. And then we've got a bunch of people joint on 1 win. So that's, I don't know, Cool People from Nottingham Trent, Looks by Daylight, Bog Shots from the University of Sussex, Flighty Dada Die from University of Plymouth, Freddie Krugers from the University of Plymouth, and then the only team that haven't had a win yet are Green Envelopes from Uni of Strathclyde. So, are you surprised by these results, or are they pretty on par with what you're thinking?
I think so far they're pretty much on par. I mean, I don't think the Green Envelopes team, I don't think they played last time, so I don't really know what to expect out of them. But I can definitely see the Trapper Mains being up on top. That is definitely where they belong, and
yeah.
I never doubted that for a second.
I
And
don't know,
like...
I'm still kind of hoping for like an underdog story there, you know? I don't want to see the Trapper Mains win twice. Like, I want to see someone mix it up and challenge them.
It would be very cool, and it would be, I imagine it would be a great game of Dead by Daylight to watch. I think we are probably going to go see see Freddy Krueger's Dream Team on Survivor, which is, I believe, one of the other sort of top teams. So I guess we'll have to see how they perform, and if they can maybe get an edge over Trapper Mains at some point, because that would be quite exciting to see.
So I was doing some research during the break, and while I was thinking of quiz questions / Googling quiz questions, and I found that there is a dating sim for this game.
Yes.
Did you know this, Becca?
Oh my god, no.
Well, the quiz question is, what's
else.
it called? What is the title of this dating?
I'm like, I haven't played it, but is it Hooked on You?
It's Hooked on You. See,
Yes.
says he hasn't
Amazing.
played it. But...
I haven't played it.
Yeah.
No, it is brilliant. I love how sort of humorous behavior is, and they're so happy to just make mass murderers and psychopaths into a dating simulator.
It's actually just
an average experience on Tinder.
It's just fascinating though. Like I think all the collabs as well that they've done. Like every time they announce a new one, I'm like, how on earth have they convinced them to like let their IP be used?
Who is their partnerships manager?
Yeah.
They've been fighting for quite a few of these IPs for quite a while. I mean, I know there was a big one that they really wanted was Friday the 13th, but because there was that game that came out for Friday the 13th, they didn't really want to give it. There was a bunch of issues with sort of getting that deal. And I think they're still probably fighting for it. I mean, he's one of the classic slashers. They've been kind of just trying to collect as many sort of horror characters as possible. There's been so many different collabs, and like there's so many more coming, and it's very exciting. Also, they're independent ones, so that they've made without any sort of a collaboration have been brilliant. Especially like their most recent one, The Unknown, which is coming out, I think next week, is a very, very cool concept, and they have been behavior's been absolutely amazing with their sort of DLCs and their updates recently. So I'm sure there's even more amazing stuff coming. I'm still waiting for the Five Nights at Freddy's collaboration though. That would
Yeah,
be
that's long
brilliant.
overdue.
So what's the unknown based on?
I think it's a unique or like a new like a completely new character.
Right. The only reason I say that is because I know that there's. Do you see that thing in Glasgow where they had the Willy Wonka experience?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Right. Well, one of the main characters that has come out of that is you've got like Meth Lab Oompa Loompa, and you've got someone who's like coming from behind a mirror, being like, "I am the unknown." And I was like,
that guy.
Right?
Yeah.
Is that like the next? They've like the new Dead by Daylight collab is with some random
Willy
character from.
That
the
would be
Willy Wonka
amazing.
experience.
That would be absolutely brilliant. But no, I think I think the story behind it is that it's supposed to be sort of like an amalgamation of all these sort of unknown like urban legends and mysteries all kind of combined together into sort of this one being. And it is a pretty sort of creepy looking, like really twisted, almost slightly humanoid. It's humanoid enough that like from a distance it would look like a human, but like his neck is like spun around multiple times, and his Mori is genuinely disturbing. I think I was mentioning that earlier. It's probably one of the like scariest or like most uncomfortable looking Moris in the game. And I think he also takes some inspiration from sort of like the idea of skinwalkers and that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah,
Which is pretty good. So yeah, I think I mean it's going to be very cool. He's
that
very
sounds
strong killer as
exciting.
well. He's also very
I'm
strong.
a big like urban legends, like spooky story kind of person. Like, what I mean, I'm such a sucker for anything like that. So you just saying that is making me think like, maybe I should play Dead by Daylight, like just for this. And then
the
they won't last very
Skinwalker
long. But...
thing, like, is such a like I've seen documentaries about that, and that's like, ugh,
Yeah.
it gives me the willies, you know.
Oh man, whenever I see videos, so
Yeah.
like people always say, oh my god, what is it called now? I can't think of it. The mountain range in America.
The Rocky Mountains, or
No,
Appalachia.
that's Canada.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Appalachia. Like there's so many. I see so many videos from there where people are like, "Oh, there was like a skinwalker in the woods," and it's just they're just chilling, like walking along, and then they hear "hello," and it's like the
Yeah.
scariest thing. Like I don't actually know what I'd do. I'd be so terrified. Like there's guides that are like, "Oh, you shouldn't interact with them." Like interact with them. I'd be running for my life. Like I don't think I'd stop running for like 3 days.
Yeah, they do seem quite scary. I'm glad they aren't real.
I mean,
but,
that'd be such a cool thing in like Dead by Daylight though. If
It
there was
would.
like a skinwalker where they kind of like look like a survivor. You're just like, oh, that's my homie. Like we're just
I
chilling.
mean,
and then
if
it's
you've
like,
if you've played against the Legion, sometimes they can very much look like a survivor, and I've had that happen where like if they don't have a terror radius or they're far enough away that I don't see their terror radius, and they've definitely been mistaken for a survivor before, and then it's only just when it's like, oh, it's just another survivor, and then they pull out a knife and stab you, and you're like, that's not a survivor. That's
why-
happened.
In Lethal Company, right, is genius for they've got that one character that's like listens to what the humans are saying, and when they die, it repeats it back, like to them as if they're like,
Yeah.
have you seen this, Becca?
that's a mod. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was,
yeah,
I was
right.
gonna say I've got that mod.
Like, that
It's
is
so
freaky.
funny because like
Right.
me and my friends just say so much weird stuff when we're playing
Oh.
that game. So you're just
There's
walking
another
along
game
and you
like
just
that.
I just hear one of my friends being like, "Whoa," and I'm like, "Hello, are you there?"
That's genius.
And then like a thumper comes around the corner, and I'm like, "That is not my friend."
There's another game that does that quite well as well, called SCP Secret Laboratory,
Oh,
and
yeah.
one of the the monsters in it is it's another player, so everyone's a player in this game. There's no sort of like NPCs or like anything like that. But what it does is it takes the feed from your microphone and it plays back, and you can edit it sort of as the monster. You can edit it so that you get like the perfect amount of what they're saying. Like you could maybe cut off the scream if they scream when you kill them.
Yeah.
Or you can get some really funny things where someone has a soundboard or something and they just start making really funny noises and you kill them, and then all of a sudden like people are coming down an elevator and you just hear like Vine boom over and over again. It's great. They're very, very fun.
There's so many interesting things now I think that games can do with horror, that especially with the multiplayer experience, that maybe couldn't have been done like 10, 15 years ago.
I mean, yeah, like one of the things that I love the most about Lethal Company, like I'm a big proximity chat fan anyway, but I think Lethal Company does a really nice job of kind of adding the horror experience by adding like echo effects and stuff like that, and like the way that the volume changes to do with distance, like very simple things, but they just add perfectly to like the horror and also the funny side of the game. Like, I don't know if you've ever witnessed someone drowning, but you just hear them like, and we're like, and it's just like little tiny things like that that really like, you know, wrap up a game neatly.
I think like in Phasmophobia, right? Like, you know, somebody gets stuck in the house, door shut, and you can just hear them screaming in proximity chat, and you're like, no.
Oh, that's brilliant.
It's,
especially when you're on the way
Phasmo.
out. When you're on the way out the door and you just yell the ghost's name over and over again, the door just slams shut in front of the other person on your team.
See, now that's the game where I have to use humor to not be scared. Like, the ghost will be called like I don't know, like Bob Jr. or something, and me and my friends are going like, "Hello, Bob Jr." Because like if I don't say it like that, I'm just gonna be absolutely terrified.
Yeah, I can't do Phasmo. That's way too real for me.
I've played that in VR. The jump scares are very bad.
That's awful. Yeah, no, that's so bad.
Do not
And, like,
recommend.
I've actually never won a game of Phasmo. Like, I don't know if there's just like I'm just kind of stupid or something, but me and my friends could just never figure out what the spirit is. It would be like at the end, I'm like, no. For sure these things triggered. It's definitely this one. And then it would come to the thing and it was like something completely different. Like, I just don't get that game.
Have you ever seen like when the Twitch streamers go on and just like solo run it, and they're just like, oh yeah, just do this, bam, bam, bam.
Yeah, no, that's not me.
Oh, looks like we're in the game.
Yeah, on free.
And the survivor team is Freddy Krueger's dream team, and is up against the killer from Ducks by Daylight. So the killer here is using the perks Sloppy Butcher, which increases the amount of bleeding and gives the hemorrhage status from onto a survivor. And has already found the survivors. Is putting a lot of pressure here. Has Bamboozle, which allows them to vault windows and block those windows for the survivors. It can really mess up loops for the survivors. They have, I believe is that Hex Ruin? I think that's Hex Ruin, which is one of those Hex perks that whenever a survivor is not on a generator, it starts progressing immediately, and until they find that Hex, they will continue having that. And then the other perk there, I can't remember the exact name of it, but what it does and what just triggered there is it acts as sort of like a duplicate of Hex Ruin. So when they cleanse Hex Ruin, it's not actually Hex Ruin, they cleanse the duplicate version of it. And so now it's like a body double almost.
So what does so for people that don't know, what does the bell ringing do?
So the bell ringing is, currently the killer is the Wraith, and when the killer whacks his bell twice like that, it turns him invisible, which allows him to move much quicker, and it also makes it harder to see him, and he has no terror radius. Right there, that was a really good play by the killer there. Just kind of stood there and waited for the survivor to vault over and uncloak pretty much instantly and grab them. So yeah, when the Wraith is cloaked like this, you can see that sort of distortion around the sides of the screen, and he moves very, very fast. And then it takes a few seconds. He slows down a little bit to decloak, but then he gets a speed boost and gets a free hit there. Very nice, like killer gameplay by the killer here. Has got a lot of pressure there as well. Two hooks.
I think this is a killer that I'd be versatile against that would absolutely freak me out. Like, they're just not knowing if they're walking up behind you or not. It must be so tense for these players.
Absolutely. And I mean, especially for Agent KGK right here, who is currently getting tunneled out of the game. So they're already on their second hook. The killer slugged the other survivor there and kept them down instead of hooking them to just keep the pressure on this survivor here. and is basically just camping that hook to stop the survivor from getting away. It looks like they did manage to get an unhook though, and Wraith
wow.
is just gonna follow them, waiting for the cooldown for the anti-tunnel sort of like passive that appears, so that he can now uncloak and get another hit and just get this player out of the game. Once that one player's out of the game gets so much easier for them.
See, I think the thing is sort of like
Nice body.
when you're playing against a killer that doesn't have invisibility, you can kind of prepare. Like they have the terror radius, you know that you can start running away. And the problem with this invisibility, where they're just kind of sneaking behind them, is you can't really prepare as a player. All of a sudden you're going from, okay, I'm safe, to, oh my god, panic, I need to get out of here. And you can't really like strategize as well as you could when you know that something's coming up.
That was a really good 50-50 from the killer there. It could have been, if the survivor was a bit more prepared for that there, as you're saying, probably because the killer is constantly going between being invisible and invisible, you can't really read their moves as well. The survivor might have been able to read that the killer was going to swing around that side, just move to the other side of the pallet instead. But because they couldn't really see that, the killer won that 50-50. And a 50-50 is usually where there's a chance that the survivor or the killer will go one way or the other. And it's just a chance over whether that...
So this one's intriguingly poised, right? You got 3 left, 3 gens.
3 left, 3 gens. This is definitely winnable. None of the other survivors have been hooked yet, so they all have hook states. They are all injured though now, and one of the strategies of the Wraith is kind of just playing almost hit and run. You hit them, you stop them, and now look how much time they're wasting not doing generators right now because they're having to heal. And because of his build, we can kind of assume that that's what he's doing. He's also just gotten a down on the other survivor there. Because he has that sloppy butcher, it slows down that healing quite a lot, and it makes it so that if they get interrupted while healing, that heal will reset, so they can't just stack the heal. And while that's happened, the killer has successfully got a hook and has already found another survivor here. Looks like this survivor is playing a looping build there. They both have live, which is a perk where when you bolt a window or a pallet while sprinting, it allows you to move much quicker, assuming you're not exhausted like this survivor is here. This survivor has also got Deliverance and has it already active, meaning that they can unhook themselves, which is a huge amount of sort of like pressure like it'll definitely weaken the Wraith's pressure.
I mean, I guess that's not really going to work though if the Wraith continues the like camping that they were doing before. They're kind of just going to counter that by, you know, standing around invisible, waiting for them to unhook themselves.
Really good 50-50 there once again from the survivor, but basically what can happen then is that while this survivor can wait till the absolute last second of their first hook state, while the other survivors can then all be focusing on the gens, while the killer is basically just camping, and then that's probably going to guarantee at least 1.5 gens or something maybe done. It is currently not looking good for the survivors though.
I feel like they're kind of like floundering around a little bit. They're not really trying to go for the generators.
They can't though. That's the thing is they're getting interrupted. See, like that, they're getting interrupted so quickly.
That's my worst nightmare. Like you're committed to that gen and you just hear that bell, just like right behind you.
And it looks like Bullcrowd is also about to get tunneled out of the game here. Although I think the Wraith is less concerned about tunneling now that they've got that first survivor out. Good body block there by the killer. Ooh. So what the killer did there is because he knew that the survivor wanted to take that window. While invisible, he can't hit, but what he can do is he could stand in front of the window there, and so that the survivor couldn't jump through the window.
Man,
and
that
if the
is probably
survivor,
the
you know
most
someone's
frustrating
there,
thing ever.
You can see them. So the invisibility in the game isn't perfectly invisible.
Like predator
it's like,
invisibility.
It's like you can see there like a mirage or like a distortion where they are, but it is like that's quite a difficult thing to do sometimes to read where the survivor is gonna go, and right there he's done it again.
Right there, yeah.
But it looks like this is a much safer loop for this survivor, and the survivor is able to just kind of run away using the live and dance with me, I believe is what they have there. They also have windows of opportunity, which is what's highlighting all the pallets and the windows around them. It allows them to kind of just see where everything is. Looks like the these two survivors are just going to focus on getting that heal up, which is once again, this is the Wraith's plan. This is what the Wraith wants. The Wraith wants them to be healing and not doing the generators, because then it means that he's more likely to stumble across them, but also they're not progressing. So the person who's under a time crunch isn't them. It's isn't the Wraith. It's the survivors now. So it's kind of flipped the game. Looks like Warmish Frog is going to go down again. I think they unhook themselves with Deliverance as well, which is unlucky. That's why they're broken, and you can see like by their name tag there, it shows like a healing crossing. It's a status effect that stops you from being able to heal, which is caused by them unhooking themselves. Now they're in second state. They're on Death Hook. And the strategy here for the Wraith is probably not to chase this ace, because this ace hasn't been hooked. Actually, wait, sorry, no, I think the ace hasn't been hooked yet, but the other survivors are also on Death Hook. So by pressuring these two here, you can guarantee a kill when you get it down here, instead of just getting a hook. But it looks like the Wraith maybe not be doing that. Instead, it's just focusing on just distracting them. I think this Wraith has pretty much secured this game at this point. They've got so much pressure. Although they don't have Hex Rune anymore, so their slowdown perk is no longer in the game, so gens should be getting completed quicker. Looks like that is another hook state for this killer.
Yeah, it's unfortunate now. I think all of the survivors were on a hook state.
And they're all playing together right now. That's really bad, because if the survivors are all together, there's no spread pressure. So...
And I can just kind of feel like the terror emanating off of them through the game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I would probably be quite scared here as well. They're kind of in...
The Wraith model looks pretty gory.
Yeah, it's almost like a futile struggle somehow. Yeah. It's a bit of a futile struggle, I feel like, almost. Although I say that, this generator is now nearly done, and assuming the Wraith doesn't interrupt these two here, the Ace with Resilience, but unfortunately he's getting interrupted, could maybe get that generator done quickly. Light pops here, absolutely just making miles on the killer there, just making so much space. If the killer decides to chase this, the Ace will probably go back on the gen, but it looks like the killer is chasing the Ace instead, which is not a good thing, but I mean, it's not good for the survivors. Killer, I think the killer chasing anyone at the moment is fine, because they have two generators that have to be completed. We haven't seen Jane in a while, so I can only assume that Jane is probably on a gen. Unfortunately, it looks like a bit of lag there caused Ace to to not be able to throw it on that pallet in time, which is just unlucky.
They have no repair percentage on this gen.
Yeah, there's
They're
no
really
repair
behind
on it. But Jane is currently in the basement, which I'm not sure why they're doing that. Maybe they're hoping that if the rest of the team dies, they can sit in the basement. And, they're waiting for the hatch, but I'm not too certain.
I mean, it looks like the Wraith's a little bit unsure. Okay, they found
a target. This is not looking good. I think they might just lose here. In all honesty, unless Jane can rush for that unhook, I don't see them winning. Unfortunately, the survivor wasn't really looking too well. Once again, same thing with the invisibility issue, and has then kind of run straight back into the killer, and is now dead on hook. So that is second player out of the game here. If these two escape together, I think it's still technically a survivor win. However, it's not looking likely. Both are dead on hook, and the Wraith's already found them. So unless one of them can pull out the most amazing sort of loop possible here, I'm not sure they can win this.
Yeah, I mean, from Tibbo, we were seeing some really good dodges earlier,
looping,
but I think he's kind of lost that as the game sort of progressed.
I just want to say that the survivors are playing well. It's just the killer's playing better. It's no one's playing badly. They're all good players.
Yeah.
This killer just really knows how to play Wraith well, and has a really good build for this.
And honestly, if they are terrified, I don't blame them.
I'm in solidarity with them on that. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it is terrifying playing against the Wraith. The Wraith is one of those killers. That's just like, because they can hide their terror radius.
Yeah.
You can get jump scared so badly. It's like playing against Scratch Mirror Myers, which turns Dead by Daylight into an actual horror game.
Yeah, and I feel like that gives him a real advantage. Like, not just the invisibility, but just adding an extra layer of horror to an already really scary game. It's such a huge advantage. And I mean, like the killer's gonna know that as well. So I feel like that's gonna give them a big power boost, knowing that they're sort of like holding that over the survivors. would like
And
really
seeing
help
what's
their
happening
confidence.
right now is the killers decided not to hook that survivor because they know that the survivor who's currently on the floor, if they hook them, they're dead on hook. The hatch could spawn and the survivor could escape. So currently they're looking for this survivor here so they can get, and they found him.
Okay.
So that
all she
should
wrote,
be the
surely.
game, I believe, unless one of them has like unbreakable or another perk that can. But it doesn't look like it. It looks like the survivor
looks
has
like
given up. The only thing that could possibly happen here is that Jane happens to just stumble across the basement, or sorry, the hatch, which is always possible. But it doesn't look like that's very likely here. Yeah,
Yeah.
the Wraith has found them. That is game. Very well played by the Wraith here.
Wow,
Really
yeah.
knows how to play Wraith, and that's a bit of a weird angle in the Wraith. It looks like his body is disconnected. Really making this a horror game right there. But yeah, well played to everyone there.
I mean, I think the good thing is this person's not going to be able to play Wraith
Yeah,
for the
that's
rest
true.
of the rest of the night. That's a one game of Wraith tormenting survivors.
That's changed my my rating on how I thought the teams would end up. I thought Freddy Krueger's Dream Team would come second, but it really looks like Ducks by Daylight is well, at least they're.
Do we have an underdog?
Sorry,
Do we have an underdog?
we might have an underdog here.
Excellent.
Assuming that their survivors are as good as their killer, we might have a. Well, I mean, I'm pretty certain that secures them a win regardless.
And getting all the kills as the killer in this just gets you such a huge advantage
It
in terms
does.
of the amount of points, doesn't it?
And if I'm correct, I might be wrong, but I'm pretty certain the killer getting a 4 kill. Is it the same? No, I think it is. It
No,
is
it's
the same
more.
now. It's more. It is more. Okay.
Yeah, so you get 8 if you're the killer, and you get 6 if you're the 4 survivors.
Yes. So yeah, it is actually. So yeah, that's kind of a benefit because the killers. Oftentimes it is actually, I'd say, much more difficult to play a killer than it is to play survivor because you're playing on your own. Also, a team of 4 really good survivors will almost always win against a good killer. So having that sort of benefit for the killers is good, and I think it helps, and I think it's justified.
All I'm saying is the bit where one of their guys went to the basement and hid in the locker may not have been the meta play for Dead by Daylight. 100% what I would have done.
The David
It was a good play.
I mean,
I think
it's
there's-
in life.
There's a survivor called David as well.
Oh, well.
It might just be you. Although I think that survivor is supposed to be
Great,
one that would start bar fights and stuff. So
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
not. I feel like you'd play Dwight if you were in the game. That's the survivor that's stereotypically always in lockers and hiding. So
Nice.
Well, that was a really exciting round. I was genuinely like, my eyes were glued to that screen, just praying that one of those guys would get out. So hopefully the next round is going to be just exciting. But first, we're going to go to a quick break so we can, so everyone can kind of like calm down, get their nerves back in place.
get ourselves
right.
ready for the next round.
Yeah. So we'll see you all after the break.
No, they're not. Super destroyed the only fans putting on this round of everyone, if you hate snakes, then this snake will end it here for you. Double kill by the Kyrie on the back of this fight. Cancel fast forward.
Tell me what can I do I don't wanna fall for you, oh no. But you make it so hard. Watching you dance all night, baby, is making me fall hard. Trying to take a deep breath, but I just can't control my lungs. Ooh. Trying to hide my cold sweat, but I just keep on talking in tongues. It's a funny situation that I got myself into. I can't help my own frustration, 'cause I think, yeah, I think I like it. I think I like it. Got nothing to lose. 'Cause I think I like you. Tell me if you like me too. How can you move the way you do? It's making me crazy, yeah. You're moving just like you own the room. Make it look easy. I wanna take you away, like it. I think I like you. Got nothing to lose. 'Cause I think I like you. Tell me if you like me because I ran away, because I ran away. If you listen to the words I say, you know that I'm okay. You know it's just a phase. Don't think I'm leaving, cause I'm not at all. And if you get hurt, it's unintentional. I just wanted you to realize that I'm the one you like, that I'm the one you like. So where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go? I don't know. Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Baby, I've been busy missing you. Say, have you missed me too? Say, have you missed me too? Was this intermission good for you? Yeah, was it good for you? Or are you just confused? Don't think I'm leaving, cause I'm not at all. So if you get hurt, it's unintentional. And I know that what I did was typical. I just needed time to show you what you got. So where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go from here? All I ever wanted was a sign from you, telling me you need me here just like I do. All I ever wanted was to make it through. Tell me, how about you? How about you? So where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go from You say you love me, say you're thinking of me, but you're just lonely. Tell me I'm special, but to you I'm anybody. 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 Anybody. But to you I'm anybody. But to you I'm anybody. But to you I'm anybody. You say you love me, say you're thinking of me, but you're just lonely. Tell me I'm special, but to you I'm anybody. 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 Anybody. But to you I'm anybody. But to you I'm anybody. But to you I'm anybody. Anybody. But to you. But to you. But to you.
Hello, and welcome back to the Spring 2024 University Esports Dead by Daylight Fan Favorites Tournament. Now, I know we've been gone a little while. Unfortunately, we had a few issues, but don't worry. We are now going into round 4. I'm really excited. Are you guys excited?
Very much so. I mean, we're going to be spectating the survivors from the University of Sussex team, the Fog Sharks. It's kind of like watching your children grow up and then get chased by some crazy murderer. But I'm very excited to see how they do. And they are up against the favorites to win, so it's going to be quite a scary match here. Now, looking at the killer, playing very meta perks here: Scourge Hook, Pain Resonance. I believe those other perks, there's quite a lot there. I have to kind of like go through and look. Ultimate Weapon, allowing you to when you open a locker, you can cause any survivor that's in your terror radius to scream and reveal their location to you. Has already found Rookmane here and is already starting on the first chase here, playing the Executioner, the Pyramid Head from Silent Hill, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes, Silent Hill.
Yeah. So looking at this build here, it's very meta. Like every single one of the perks is kind of like right up there in the meta. So this is going to be a game where I think the killer is going to be focusing on trying to get as many hooks as possible, even if it's not tunneling a single player out of the game. I think they're just going to try and get everyone hooked as many times as possible, because a lot of their perks will benefit from that. So, for example, Grim Embrace, which is just gotten its first stack from that hook. Every time a survivor is hooked for the first time, Grim Embrace gains a token, and 1 to 3 tokens will block all generators for 12 seconds. So now all generators have just been blocked for 12 seconds. And then at 4 tokens, that perk will then block all the generators for 40 seconds. So once he's gotten down and a hook onto all the survivors, that's going to slow down the game rapidly. Also, Scourge Hook, Pain Resonance, which causes the generators to explode. The most progressed one will explode by 25%, which is very, very another huge slowdown perk. I imagine it's going to be difficult to even get more than sort of like 1 or 2 generators done in this game. Has already gotten Corruption onto RMD there as well, which means quicker than hooking, I think.
When Rookmane was being hooked earlier, I noticed that the killer was focusing a bit on the ground, like that. Their field of view is mostly on the ground. Is that a strategy, or is that just
was it when they were just being picked up, or?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
after they
just
picked them up, yeah.
Yeah, was it to like avoid the struggling?
I think it was more to avoid potential of getting either flashbanged, or if the survivors had a firecracker or a flashbang thing, they might have been able to throw that down on the ground, and the killer would see it first and be able to sort of snap their head up to avoid getting blinded.
Right.
Now that's already a second hook there. Neo has been hooked in the using the killer's power here, where because he was corrupted, or like he stepped into corruption, the killer could basically instantly just hook. And RMD has also now just gone down as well, and will also be getting sent to the cage, meaning that's how many stacks is that? That's three stacks already. So this killer's already got them in his trap pretty much. So
This is insane.
this is gonna be
that's
very
released
tough.
Neo.
That's Neo has just been released by another survivor.
Gotcha.
There's so much value being this killer player is really like getting a lot of value out of the executioner here.
I mean, his timing on the rights of judgment is like so good.
Yeah.
It's probably like most of the time. I don't want to say a number.
Yeah. Well, I mean, on this team currently today, we do have three very, I would say, pretty adept like loopers, but I don't think they don't even stand a chance against this killer. First generator is possibly about to pop. There goes the first generator. Okay, they've gotten one gen, but that's Neo already now onto their death hook, and other generators are all getting blocked because of the hooks, and I think he was probably hooked on Scourge Hook there, so that's going to have significantly reduced the progress of.
Oh, hey, we've got a Nancy there.
We do have a Nancy there. RMD playing my favorite character to play, so glad to see that. Playing another looping build once again. I think that seems to be the strat for this team. Is just going to be having as many people available to run the killer as possible. Looks like they've waited out that Scourge Hook Pain Resonance, or was it Scourge Hook Pain Resonance? No, it was a different one of the killer's perks there that blocked that generator. And is now hopefully going to be able to finish that generator while who's running the killer right now? Rookmane, sorry. Rookmane is looping the killer. There goes that generator. That's 2 generators done. That's actually really good for this team. They've gone 2 generators for 4 hook states, which is, it's not ideal, but I mean, up against a killer of this sort of caliber, it's pretty big.
Yeah, so they seem to be doing a nice job of sort of looping the killer whilst the others are focusing on the generators.
Yeah,
this is definitely something that the last team that we saw struggled with.
They're definitely keeping the pressure up on the killer here. I mean,
yeah,
it's a good killer, and he's able to win these chases pretty quickly, but the survivors
they're just making
also
so much progress at the same time.
Although there comes a Scourge Hook Pain
ideal.
Resonance there. That's because the survivor was hooked on a Scourge Hook while the player was preparing the generator. It caused it to explode, causing the player to scream, and it also blocked the generator, meaning that that generator is now regressing while being blocked. So it's really, really impactful. That's gonna have cut that generator down by a huge amount. There comes that perk I was talking about earlier, the ultimate weapon, where the killer has opened a locker now, and anyone stepping into the terror radius screams. So it reveals locations of all the survivors to the killer, which is really good for him. It just tells him where everyone is and what everyone's doing. He's able to disrupt the most effectively here.
If you're Neo and you're on your death hook, are you playing fundamentally differently now than you would have been at the start?
Your job now that you're on death hook, is more likely to be kind of. Well, I say that Neo is doing exactly what they probably shouldn't be doing. Is to basically, the best thing to do is to try and stay as far away from the killer as possible and focus all your energy into doing those objectives, getting those generators done. But in this case, I think Neo had to kind of go for that unhook there because no one else was able to. There's another generator has popped. They have gotten 3 generators. It's not bad. RMD is going down again. I'm not sure what hook state RMD is on here.
I think RMD
is on death hook, so
yeah, death hook.
This is the first player out of the game. Wait, no, RMD decisive strike. using a perk that is
How
less
did they get
common
loose
nowadays.
there?
It's just there's so many more sort of like they've nerfed the perk so many times or
Yeah.
reworked it, but it actually came in clutch here and it was valuable. So that's really good for them. Now, the ideal target for the survivors is to be chasing Hayes, as he has no hook states, or Rookmane, who's only got one hook state here. RMD and Neo should just be kind of trying to play safe and get those generators done.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it looks like RMD is doing exactly that right there. That generator is going very fast because of that resilience. Because they're injured, they can repair the gen much quicker. But it does seem to be possibly getting interrupted.
They seem to be keeping quite good communication
Yeah,
between each other. Sort of
That's-
like, hey, I'm being chased, and getting everyone else to scatter.
the
So
survivors
they're
are
kind
actually
of forcing the killer to tunnel on the
Yeah.
survivor.
and the survivors are actually in a really good position right now because they're now on their final generator. I know there was another generator with a decent amount of progress, and the killers just hooked Hayes, who that's their
Yeah.
first hook. The only problem is that now that they hooked Hayes, that means that then they have gotten all of their stacks on Grim Embrace now, meaning that all the generators are currently now blocked for 40 seconds, meaning that the survivors have to do nothing but just play safe and hide. But because the killer has that ultimate weapon perk, ultimate weapon ability, they can kind of almost like find where the survivors are really quickly. Really good idea on dropping the pallet early against this guy. I wouldn't want to take a 50-50 against this killer.
Yeah. And then, yeah, they're doing a really good job of keeping their cool, thinking through
Yeah.
what they're doing. Like, they're not just irrationally making decisions here. They're making really calculated decisions. Like, they know
Yeah.
they're up against a tough opponent, and they're playing
They're playing
what feels
great.
like probably at their best.
Yeah, I think they're playing really, really well here, and they're respecting the killer as well, which is especially up against a good killer like this.
Yeah, and it's so easy when you're playing against someone that you know is a tough opponent to get freaked out, get nervous, make silly decisions. You're trying really hard. And it's really impressive to see them like think through what they're doing so much.
Yeah, this is also kind of good that they went for Rookmane here, because Rookmane is once again a not dead on hook. But the only problem is right now, fortunately, it looks like the survivors are not actually working on a generator. But once the reason that Rookmane went so far with Rookmane to hook there is because that's a scourge hook, meaning that generator that they were almost done has now gone back 25% again. But fortunately, because no one was on it, they didn't scream, no one screamed or anything, so it's okay. No one's been revealed, and they can play a bit more immersed now.
Again, that's another, like, you can definitely tell that the survivors are thinking this through. Again, not just trying to rush this generator. Like, they know what they're up against. They're taking their time. They know what this guy's trying to do to them, and they're trying to counter that as best as they can.
Yeah, absolutely. And it looks like they've gotten the unhook off. Now Hayes really needs to be the one to loot this killer here, unless someone is able to comfortably do it. Rookmane has got off the record here, so actually they do have a second hit here that they can take. Off the record will allow them to get broken and kind of tank another hit here. So not a bad choice for the killer. Sorry, not a bad choice for the survivors to have Rookmane moving here instead of Hayes, but both would be a good shout. We're just kind of hoping that this pressure will get that generator completed, but it looks like Killer is going to interrupt the generator there. Good dodge by both survivors there. Looping together, while it has some benefits, being able to loop two people, it can also get really, really dangerous, because if you're not in perfect communication with the other survivor, you could very easily trip each other up. And now I know Neo is very competent on his shack, but it's just so hard against an executioner who can kind of just predict. And that's the first Mori of the game, because Neo was condemned and was on death hook. The killer could then just kill them pretty much instantly, just like that, and that's Neo out of the game.
I suppose that's the thing, because with 3 people on death hook, it's still very finely poised, even with 1 gen left to go.
Yeah. Okay, this is kind of good. If one of them can finish this generator fast enough here, but it doesn't look like it's possible. It looks like the killer has interrupted the generator again here. they're so close to finishing 2 generators here that it's actually it's kind of scary.
And I anticipate now
Because,
we're gonna start seeing some more
It's getting
mistakes
close.
from these players.
Yeah.
It's getting really tense now.
It is.
And the killers almost clued into the fact that the survivors are trying to counter him.
yeah.
So now the killer's trying to counter the survivors countering him. It's really interesting to watch. Like, it's so cool to see some really amazing players up against each other.
Yeah.
And like, I honestly can't predict right now which one of them's gonna win this one.
I feel like the game has slowly been sliding more and more into the survivor's favor as the game progresses here. Although that kill onto Neo has kind of really impacted them quite a lot here. Especially because if Rookmane goes down right now, they can get instantly killed as well, and then it's a 2v1, and that's really difficult. However, it looks like, fortunately, the others got away, and RMB was going to get chased there. They're committing to this generator. Generator pops! Unfortunately, that looks like it is a down for Rookmane. Rookmane is just about to get executed here. They might be able to get 2 people out, though, if they're very, very careful about this. But it's not looking likely. Maybe 1 person escapes here.
And that could be critical depending on how the other match goes.
Yeah. I'm very proud to see the build that Hayes is running. That is very similar to part of a build that I helped work on about a year ago, using distortion as such a valuable perk to detect what kind of perks the killer has. Because that's another. It's like there's the game of Dead by Daylight, but then there's the thousands of extra mini games in it. So like the mind games, the 50-50s, the predicting or knowing what.
We have an escape.
We have an escape, and it's possible that they're trying to see if RMD can get that exit gate, but actually, get that hatch. But it's possible for RMD to maybe just escape here as well if they're careful. But currently, it looks like they're just playing really safe here and just trying to hide and wait for the killer to think that they maybe ran away or something else happened.
I mean, honestly, right now I feel like it'd be easy to mistake the heartbeat sound from in-game to be the heartbeat of the player.
Yeah.
This must be so
Or myself.
tense, you know. Yeah,
I can hear
too.
my own heart racing here as well. I think they might be trying to get the other exit gate open here. But it looks like they might have been... The killer is patrolling them. And, it looks like the locker perk that we were talking about before, Ultimate Weapon, has just triggered on the killer. And is now becoming another big... it's just revealed the survivor. This is going to be very, very close here. But the survivor can take another hit here. If they can get speed boost here, I think they might be out. They might actually... I think they make it out here. Yeah, I think they're out. I think they're out here. Yeah, they're out.
Oh!
Yeah, they're out. They're out. They're out.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So
Jump scare.
well played by both sides. Honestly, I'm really impressed with that. I was expecting this to be a 4K. That was
that was
so
really,
good.
really good. Like, they all played amazingly. Like, the killer played so good. They tried their hardest to do a 4K, but the survivors were just like, absolutely not. You can take some of us down, but we are making it out of here, and they did. That was awesome.
That was brilliant. Yeah, that was amazing for them. And I want to see. I don't know what the points what the points for that is then, because they got 2 kills, so that's 2 points. But because 2 survivors escaped, the survivors technically won that because that's 3 points. So they're 1 point up. Assuming that the killer game goes well, even if it just goes like, even if they just get 3 kills, it could be very, very. This could be very impactful. I think all I can say is that, I mean, the survivors played brilliantly. The killer played amazingly. Yeah, I'm very, very proud that the Fog Sharks team managed to do that well, especially against arguably the top killer in the whole tournament. So,
unfortunately, I do have some bad news.
Ah, no.
The Fog Sharks killer was unable to get any kills.
Oh.
But honestly, like,
I'm okay with
that
that.
doesn't matter. Like, facing the Trapper mains, who are just absolutely insane in this tournament, like basically in a different league, to get that sort of win against them is
Taking
such a
points
huge
off them.
victory. Like, you take every victory that you get, and that is a big one.
That's yeah, I mean, we took quite a few points off them. That's the thing, is it like we took a full 6 points off them basically by that. So that's like, I think it was really well done by the survivors. It's unfortunate with the killer, but then again, you have to remember the survivor team for the Trap Remains is also a competitive team, so they're also the best survivor team in the game. So it was, I think it was well played. I think the fact that the survivors were able to recognize a lot of the perks that the killer had and sort of tick them off almost and go like, okay, there's one perk, there's two, okay, we now know all 4 perks the killer has. We know they don't have X and Y perk, and so we can like avoid thinking about this. But they have this perk, so we need to get off the generator when someone's about to get hooked, otherwise it'll get blocked. For example, those were that's one of those sort of mini games inside of Dead by Daylight that only comes around if you get that far into the game. So I think they played it really well. I think and the killer played really well. He was very good at pressuring them off of those gens and was really knowing sort of. I think the killer had a really good sort of like mental image of how far the survivors were in those generators. So every time the killer came to interrupt the generator, it was always when the survivors were almost done, or they were getting close enough, but not quite close enough to just sit on the generator and take that hit. Yeah. So it was really good timing from the killer there as well. So.
Yeah, that was a really, really impressive game. Like, I mean, I've enjoyed all the games tonight, but I think that one has to be the one where I was sort of like sat on the edge of my seat so much, like just rooting for them so hard because they played so well.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, yeah.
So concluding that, we're gonna go to a quick break. And we're all going to get ready for round 5. Hopefully that can come around sooner this time. But check out the leaderboard during the break. Obviously, the trappers are top of the leaderboard, but Green Envelopes have finally secured themselves a win.
Yes! Underdog victory incoming here. I believe in it.
I'm not so sure about that.
I'm not sure it's possible, but I believe in them getting an underdog sort of climb here.
Yeah. But we'll find out after the break, so see you guys soon.
No, they're not. Super with the first and only fans putting on the fifth round of the prove everyone if you hate snakes, and this snake will end it here for double kill versus Kyrie on the backside of this fight. Cancel fast forward the cheating.
must think that I'm a restless case because I ran away, because I ran away. If you listen to the words I say, you know that I'm okay, you know it's just a phase. Don't think I'm leaving cause I'm not at all. And if you get hurt, it's unintentional. I just wanted you to realize that I'm the one you like, that I'm the one you like. So where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Baby, I've been busy missing you. Say, have you missed me too? Say, have you missed me too? Was this intermission good for you? Yeah, was it good for you? Or are you just confused? Don't think I'm leaving cause I'm not at all. So if you get hurt, it's unintentional. And I know that what I did was typical. I just needed time to show you what you got. So where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go from here? A sign from you, telling me you need me here just like I do. All I ever wanted was to make it through. Tell me, how about you? How about you? So where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go from Say you
No, they're not. Super with the spread and only fans putting on this round of everyone, if you hate snakes, then this snake will end it here for you. Double kill points from Kyrie on the back of this fight. Cancel fast forward.
Hello, welcome back to the Spring 2024 University Esports Dead by Daylight Fan Favorites Tournament. We're back for round 5. We're going to be following the green envelopes on Survivor, and I'm not quite sure. Do you know who the killer is?
I believe. Good question, actually. Who is it again? I think it's Freddy Krueger's Dream Team, if I'm correct. I believe it's them on Killer. So, yeah, it is them on Killer. We got pretty interesting matchup. I mean, I think green envelopes are currently fan favorite as an underdog. Freddy Krueger's Dream Team is currently, I think, middle of the pack. So we'll have to see how they fare. It should be a good game regardless.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Especially after what an up and down game that last one was. Like it really could have gone either way. Like in the middle of that, couldn't it?
Yeah, it was almost emotional. But yeah, it was a very good game. So we're hopefully we keep getting more of those for the next few.
Yeah, I think we've been very fortunate tonight.
Did you get any behind the scenes sort of post-game thoughts from Fogshots?
I didn't. I mean, I told them. I was very proud of them, and I said they did really well. And told them I told them to say. I told one of them to say to the rest that they did a really good job.
Nice.
And but yeah, I mean, they agree. They think they popped off. So I think they're also quite pleased with that result.
Awesome. Yeah. So, what kind of play style do you think we're expecting from a team like Green Envelopes? Sort of bottom of the leaderboard. Do you think they're going to try and knock Freddy Krueger's Dream Team down a little bit, or do you think they're going to keep fighting?
I hope they keep fighting. I think because maybe they know that they're not the strongest team out there, they might play a little safer, which could also play into their favor, especially depending on what kind of killer we're playing up against, what kind of playstyle. Playing safe is not necessarily a bad thing, and especially if you're playing super spread out and like carefully and sort of immersed almost, you can get those generators done before the killer even spots you. I mean, getting that first, if you can get a first generator done before the killer kind of finds you, you're in a pretty good spot. Normally, I think usually the best thing to look for is like if you can get one generator done before, I think 2 hook states is usually like, you're in a pretty good spot. I'm just hoping that we get to see some escapes from the green envelopes tonight. So
yeah. So from Freddy Krueger's, so far we've had the Plague and Legion. Do you have any sort of predictions of which killers you think they might choose
Ooh,
for this one?
I mean, the thing is, I mean, every player has their own preferred hero. Not heroes, sorry, wrong game. Killers. Definitely not heroes.
Overwatch?
Yeah, sorry, Overwatch brain defaulted there. But I think, I mean, they could come out on honestly anything. I mean, from what it seems like, if they're playing like the Plague and the Legion, they play a lot more sort of disruptor characters, maybe more characters that aren't like are less sort of like chase one person till they die and more get everyone injured and cause them to stop looking at stuff. So we could possibly see another Wraith again, as that's quite a common character for that. Potentially Ghostface, maybe. That's more of a sort of like it's a bit different of a playstyle, but it's possible. I mean, there's a lot of different things that could come out here, and I think anything could be quite exciting and interesting. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
I think it might actually be Blighty Dada Die.
Oh,
If I pronounced it correctly.
oh, I think we got it wrong then. That is on my mistake. I'm very sorry about that.
No.
In which case,
So-
then
So in that case, they have. So they played Cenobite, Blight, and Reg.
I think so. The Cenobite and the Blight I know are quite good for like loops. I'm not sure about the Dredge. I haven't played much of the Dredge, but we could possibly see like a Nurse come out maybe. We could also just see something completely out of sort of left field. We could see a Chucky play maybe. I mean, I don't think we've seen a single Chucky so far in the tournament, so that can be kind of cool.
There hasn't been a Chucky in the tournament yet.
But yeah, I mean, we could see anything. I'm not sure yet.
So I've not played on a while. So Chucky is a doll, right?
Yeah, is a very interesting character to play.
So is the Chucky doll sized or is it man sized?
The Chucky is doll size, and so you see this tiny little thing, and it can actually Chucky can crawl under pallets and stuff. It's quite a character.
Hold on. Killer,
Yeah.
if you're listening, that I forgot the team name. Daddy Blight, blah blah blah. Anyway,
yeah.
I'm so sorry. I forgot your team name. But whoever the killer is, please pick Chucky. I need to see a tiny little doll man running around terrorizing people. That would really just make my day, my week, my whole week.
It makes you wonder though, like, would you rather be trying to escape like 10 Chucky-sized wraiths or like one wraith-sized Chucky?
I feel like the one Wraith-sized Chucky simply because it's just a man with a knife then, and
Yeah, I feel like
it's not going to turn
loads of
invisible.
tiny raves would be absolutely terrifying.
Just
like,
be like bong,
you
just
think
constantly.
you're all chill, and then suddenly you're like,
You're just
oh my
surrounded.
god, there's like 10 raves all around me right now. Like they're
Although,
just gang up on you.
I would say that the Wraiths are definitely then much more puntable. They're puntable. They're punt-sized, so I'm not sure. I mean, if you've seen the twins play before, you can actually stomp on Victor, who's about the same size, one of the two twins characters. So
Wait, but can you stomp on Chucky?
I don't think you can,
Can
unfortunately.
you punch Chucky?
I wish. It would be so funny if you could just like, if you stun him and you set it up, you just kick him across the map or something.
But I'm imagining like he'd have like a skill check if he could just like hold on and like stab you in the ankle or something.
Yeah. I think it would be. I think Behavior needs to add that. If anyone, I doubt they are, but if anyone from Behavior is watching, you make some notes, please.
All the Dead by Daylight developers that are listening, please.
Yeah.
Take notes.
Also, while you're at it, get Springtrap from Five Nights at Freddy's in the game, please. Thank you.
Yes, please.
Still need
please.
to see that.
We need the Five Nights at Freddy club. Oh, 'cause they need to play like they should have some like perk where they like play the music and it like I don't know, it makes you scream or something. Oh,
Like Huntress's Lullaby just like reworked so it makes a different noise instead, or wait, no, Huntress's Lullaby doesn't make a noise.
Yeah, if you're trying to hear like doom doom doo doom 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 doo doom.
Definitely nobody clipped that.
Nobody clipped that and use it as blackmail against me.
Yeah.
It's okay. My
think-
friends make soundboards with me all the time. I'm just used to it at this point.
I feel like that needs to be like, you need to edit that on your Discord so that when you join a call, it just starts playing.
Oh, I just did it again.
That's clip number 2.
Song.
Five Nights at Freddy's is a good show. I think that is our next topic because I think we're going into games soon.
Oh.
But it's what is the next crossover that we would love to see.
Ooh. Well, I mean, I've already stated my answer. I think.
I mean, it'd be cool to have like a level based on Five Nights at Freddy's as well.
What inside? Like you
the
mean? I guess
pizzeria.
you're thinking inside the.
If you go on YouTube, there are a lot of
it.
people who've come up with like they've like modded the game to add what they think it would look like, or like they've made their own idea of what that like crossover would be, and they're really, really good. Highly recommend checking them out. But ooh, good question. What else? What other? So recently they started getting into more like adding a lot more video game characters other than like.
I saw Alan Wake.
No. We need
Alan Wake.
We need Lethal Company Coil Head.
That would be a terrifying killer, and it's like it actually has the sort of like the movement lock thing, and that's its ability.
Yeah, but then like you look at him and he can't move.
Yeah, it would be quite a cool way to do it. And it looks like we are in already starting with someone here playing a looping build. They all seem to be having pretty like good looping builds here, and it looks like we're playing against a Spirit. Spirit is a really, really aggressive killer. I completely forgot about them.
No, I've lost interest now. It's not Chucky.
Sorry, it looks like they've got is that?
That's an intense hand.
That is, yeah. And, they do have they are missing a few joints in their body, but Scourge Hook, Pain, Resonance. The same perk from last time again, the ultimate weapon. I think they had Hex Haunted Grounds, which is a very interesting perk. It's not something you see as often. It's one where it produces 2 Hex totems that am I thinking the right? No, I'm thinking of the wrong perk, I think. I might be going crazy. Ignore me. But it looks like
you're just throwing you completely off balance by just saying absolutely.
No, it is Hex. It is Haunted Grounds. So basically, it adds 2 Hex totems into the game that are actually like traps almost for the survivors, because when they cleanse one of those 2 Hex totems, it causes everyone in the game for, I think, is it 120 or 60 seconds? One of those 2, it causes them to be exposed, meaning that they can all get insta-downed. And so it's like almost like a trap for them. There goes the ultimate weapon perk there, causing this Claudette to scream out.
Is this kind of a strat that they would just leave one of the survivors on a hook? Oh, I see they've saved them now. But I saw when we were flipping around, they all seem to kind of be on generators. Yeah,
I mean, so there's quite a long amount of time that a survivor can stay on the hook, where effectively they're safe. Like, they're not going to be able to get killed by the killer anymore. They're just stuck on a hook. And during that time, as long as you save them before they go into the second stage, this killer has very good headphones. Is what I'm gonna say. But as long as the survivors sat on the hook, the rest of the team can use that time where the killer kind of has to be thinking about the person on the hook still to just focus on generators while they don't have to worry about that. So the Spirit ability, for those that don't know, is basically, I think it's like a phase walk. I think sort of so where they channel it for a few seconds and then they turn invisible, but their like body stays where it is, and they kind of travel around invisible. They can't see the players, the survivors though. All they can do is hear for like sounds. I think they can see scratch marks and they can see blood pools, and they then can like come out of invisibility and immediately attack. So it's quite an aggressive build.
So you're basically just going invisible, turning your headphones up as loud as they possibly go.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, here's the phase walk in action there. It causes them to move much quicker as well. And managed to get the slip up on that Claudette there, who was looking behind them, thinking that the killer was still behind them when they just cut through the middle there.
So I guess this could be quite a difficult killer to play, because you kind of have to predict where they're gonna go, right? Because you can't see them, but you want to use that speed burst.
It's definitely got a decently high skill floor, but also a very high skill ceiling in terms of if you can. If you have like really good hearing and you have enough like game sense to know where survivors might be playing, you can definitely cause them to trip up very easily.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you don't know exactly what you're doing, survivors can just stop moving, and then all of a sudden, or they start walking, and all of a sudden you can't find them anymore unless you really know where to listen. See, this killer knows, has really good headphones. I can tell that because they didn't exactly know where that survivor was, but they heard them around there, so they appeared to check where they were. So they're able to either they have really good headphones or they're very good at predicting. A good run there by the I think that's a Vittorio. I think that's the name of the character that survivor was playing there. But they did have to waste a very valuable pallet there. I think that's a very safe pallet. But and they do take a hit here. Hopefully the pressure is up on the rest of the team. Currently, it looks like it's 3 hooks for 2 generators, which is really good for the survivors. The survivors are doing really well. So we might be seeing that underdog sort of shining through here again. Really good pallet stun there onto the cowshed, which is probably one of the strongest pallets in the game, or like in the map. This specific pallet right here is very safe. But once it's down like that, as long as the killer doesn't break it, they can continue to play it. And it looks like actually this survivor is very competent at sort of tricking the spirit here. And it's almost like baiting them to look the wrong way.
when he trapped him with a pallet, it was almost like he knew exactly that was where he was gonna win. Like, haha, you activated my trap card kind of thing.
Yeah.
And 1 gen left as well.
Parasite Buy is carrying right now. This is a crazy. I think they've looped for at least 3 gens right now. Unfortunately, they lose the 50-50 there, and they do go down. But I mean, this is like what? That's their second hook. They're
There
good.
we go.
They're good. That's all the exegates out. Adrenaline, or not adrenaline. Sorry. I don't actually know what that perk's called. Running there. And
Do you think they're gonna try and save Parasite Bite? Or
absolutely.
Do you think,
Yeah, they're all healthy. If they can get this, they have everyone alive and they're all healthy. One survivor can go for the save, and the others can either body block or they're gonna heal. There goes that. There comes the ultimate weapon out again, revealing their location. Spirit is currently trying to get up onto that high ground there, where they can get to the Claudette. Is pretty safe there. Unfortunately, the Claudette was slow on that bolt and got hit. They might go down here. Unless the other survivors,
well.
yeah, they're on their death hook. Unless the other survivors can do something. That was a really good double back. Actually, completely tricked the spirit right there, and then caused the other survivor to get on it. Exegate's opened, and there's both exegates are open now, and because of the fact that there's 2 healthy players here, I think they might all get out here. As long as they don't mess up right now, we're good. Unfortunately, that is a down. It is their first hook though. And they might be able to get out of here. They can just reset here, heal up the Claudette, and reset up. The Claudette's already self-carrying. Right over there. Pressuring the killer out of the out all the way over there. I think they're out. I think they're all out here. Yep. They're all out. They're all out. Because he has borrowed time here. I think, or not borrowed time, but he has the community. I think they're out. They're all out.
Wow.
It's just Parasite Buy left. Wow, that was actually really well played.
Incredible.
That was so fast. Well done.
That was a smash and grab.
Survivors. It was. I think that's actually.
Yeah, that was really well timed. Like you could tell that was very calculated from the players. Again, like the last survivors we saw, just you can tell that these guys are really synchronized. Like I'd assume they probably play together a lot or just have a lot of experience playing Dead by Daylight.
Yeah.
And
Especially,
yeah, they definitely
Parasite.
Especially like Parasite Bite, like with all of the trickeries that they were doing, like with that palette.
Yeah, they were
really
very good at looping. Honestly, I think they carried there a bit, but I mean they all played really well. And I mean the Spirit did definitely win a couple of those 50-50s. I think it was just unlucky. Honestly, a lot of 50-50s do come down to kind of luck. And if the survivor just happens to just be luckier in those 50-50s, then you just don't get any value, and it can happen. I think it was good. I think well played to everyone. Yeah, I think this is the first time we've seen a person play Vittorio in this. So we still haven't seen that Nick Cage. I'm a bit disappointed about that. I can't lie, but
And there was no Chucky, which I'm very disappointed about.
yeah,
Do better, killers. Impress me.
we're gonna have to probably ask for that in the next game. Maybe we get production to request a Chucky game. Possibly, it
Yeah.
might be possible.
I'm gonna
We'll
get
see.
esport omni omnum. Anyway. Okay, I think that's enough. I think we should go to a break and get ready for this final round. Find out who's going to be coming in these top places. Stay tuned.
No, they're not. Super different and only fans putting on this round of everyone, if you hate snakes, then this snake will end it here for the double kill versus Kyrie on the back of this fight. Cancel fast forward and see.
You must think that I'm a restless case because I ran away, because I ran away. If you listen to the words I say, you know that I'm okay, you know it's just a phase. Don't think I'm leaving 'cause I'm not at all. And if you get hurt, it's unintentional. I just wanted you to realize that I'm the one you like, that I'm the one you like. So where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go? I don't know. Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go? telling me you need me here just like I do. All I ever wanted was to make it through. Tell me, how about you? How about you? So where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go from here? You say you love me, say you're thinking of me, but you're just lonely. Tell me I'm special, but to you I'm anybody. 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 To you I'm
No, they're not. Super with the threat and OnlyFans putting up this round of everyone is in hate snakes, and this snake will end it here for the double kill win for Kyrie on the back of this fight. Cancel fast forward and cheating.
Hello, and welcome back to the Spring 2024 University Esports Dead by Daylight fan favorites tournament. And we're back for the final round of the whole tournament. I'm so excited, but also so sad that this is the last round.
No Chucky, unfortunately.
No Chucky. No Chucky.
Womp
Womp womp. What an amazing sound. But,
yeah.
you know, as long as this is a nice, good game, it'll make up for it. It'll make up for it. Don't make this one quick, guys. Like, slog this one out. How are you guys feeling about it?
You see, I'm pretty hyped, but more than that, you know, we were talking before about potential like future crossovers and what we really want to see, right? Hear me out, okay? Like, you want it to be a
David's
like
been cooking.
Okay, like no, I've just let this cook. Okay, so you want it to be like a cool environment because you want to have a map associated with it, right? You want it to like that to be really cool and different to what they've currently got. We want to have interesting opportunities for perks, like distinctive characters. I think Cyberpunk 2077 would be a cool crossover for this.
Adam
like,
Smasher is the killer.
Yes,
That
exactly.
would be cool.
No, but I want Mantis arms. I want to see that.
That would be like, because you think like any kind of cyber psycho type thing would work for the killer, and yeah, maybe like, if maybe you could draw on edge runners like the anime for maybe like David or Lucy could be.
I was gonna say.
Keys. And then you've got like a kind of a neon-soaked kind of dystopian cityscape type thing for your like map. Like, I think it would work, and I think it would be different to like anything else that they've currently got. All I'm saying is I want royalties when that actually gets implemented.
Yeah, I think that would be
Project
a
Red
really cool. That would be a really cool crossover. Yeah, I guess it's not something that many people would have thought about, but I think the creators of Cyberpunk are quite open to having their kind of stuff linked to other medias, and I wouldn't call Dead by Daylight another media to Cyberpunk, but I feel like there's a possibility that could happen if Behavior looks into it.
Well, they got a sequel, so I know they're working on. Now they've finished Phantom Liberty. I know Becca's also a big fan of Cyberpunk as well. But like, I reckon sequel comes out, you see some interesting crossover stuff. Just saying.
Speaking of sequels and sort of that kind of stuff, have you heard about the Dead by Daylight spin-off game that's coming out called The Casting of Frank. I think Frank Stone. I think that's the name.
No.
It's made by the same people who made sort of like Until Dawn or The Quarry and those kinds of games. Those sorts of like. It sounds like a really amazing game. I'm quite excited for it. It was announced I think it was at the Game Awards this year.
So like a cinematic choices matter kind of thing.
Yeah, it is, and I think it sounds like a really cool game, and it's like it's not quite Dead by Daylight, and it's more like it's in the same sort of like story world or something. So I think it sounds like a really cool game.
So it's just kind of like added on to the lore, basically.
I'm hoping they add the sort of like the character from it afterwards into Dead by Daylight. I think that's the most likely like sort of like next, well, not next, but like when that game comes out, I think that'll probably be the next DLC for Dead by Daylight. It looks like it could be very exciting. Trailers.
Hope Chucky's in it.
I thought The Quarry was a great sofa game, if that makes any sense. Like you kind of sat there. In my case, it was with my partner. Like each one of us managed some of the characters, and like it's like a movie, right? You're just sitting there, like I thought it was really cool. Like we were absolutely kind of engrossed in it. Those
kinds of games like that, like Detroit Become Human, for example. Those are such fun games to play with other people. Even though it's a single player game, having other people sort of weigh in on the sort of decisions you make and sort of debate them as like a group almost is really fun. And I think it should be a really cool game.
How have we got through this whole cast without talking about Helldivers, by the way? The game of the moment, which we're dragging Becca away from for the purpose of this cast, which has been totally worth it. But
it has been totally worth it. I guess like there isn't really like you can't make like anti-freedom, anti-liberty into a character, you know. Like,
I was just trying to imagine like Dead by Daylight Helldivers crossover where like the killer is like one of those like bile titans just like towering over the whole map.
Oh man. What about like I don't know the names of all of them, but is that the bug where he's got like loads of armor and you have to just like shoot his butt? Like
that's the charger.
No, I'm gonna go way off course. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so many options for like potential like crossovers in the future. I mean
a horror game I played recently I didn't realize was a horror game. I'm not gonna give too many spoilers, but Outer Wilds DLC is terrifying. I had to put it on easy mode so I could finish the game. Like I couldn't do it. I'd try and do like parts of the DLC and I'd just put my controller down, like go on the pause menu and be like, okay, I can't do this anymore. Like that was scary. And I mean the thing about that is it's like I'm going like way off topic, but because there's for anyone who hasn't played it, like there's just so many unknowns. Like the whole point of the game is that you figure things out. So like the DLC being more horror orientated kind of makes that like even worse. Because like because it turns from like discovery being fun to like, am I just discovering I'm about to get like killed by something?
It's a whole different kind of discovery.
Yeah. And especially when like someone like me that's such a wimp and you really want to finish a game but you're just too terrified to play. Yeah. All right. Anyway, we should get back to Dead by Daylight because we are about to go into the last game.
All right, and it looks like it is going to be the Cenobite or Pinhead from Hellraiser. Now, this is Mike's killer, and this is arguably Jake's strongest killer. It's such an oppressive killer because you can just stop someone from being able to play, like, to run and move with just your ability. And there we go. As I was saying, first hook, pretty much. And as well as that, attempted flashlight save there. Was unfortunately not a good angle for that. And it looks like they are working on the box, which means that they are stopping the chain hunt progression, which is the big thing with this killer, is that if you don't solve this box that Mike Thomas is currently holding right there, it will cause a chain hunt to begin, where everyone gets chased by those chains that slow them down continuously for ages, and it really can stop the entire game, it can grind the whole game to a halt. But because of the fact that the killer is now chasing really aggressively this Meg, they might a chain hunt might start, and it might slow down the whole game here completely. There we go, and that's the down. Did they solve
That's a horrible way to go, like, so helpless.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
look at the
what's kind of like the counter to this killer? Like,
there is none. That's the problem. Or at least, as far as I found, there isn't many counters to him. It's solve the lament configuration as fast as possible, or like keep the chain hunt on like half level and be prepared to just loop. He's a very hard killer to beat. There we go. The famous voice line. As he's teleported to the box, is now chasing the Ada here. This killer's so good at like pressuring just multiple different characters at once. There we go. Hits a chain hook onto Ada, and is looping her around the middle here. They do have a boon set up. That's what that blue totem is there. That was the boons I was talking about before. That I was expecting to see some of. I believe that is boon Shadow Step, and it stops people's scratch marks from being seen, but the killer has just spotted the boon, so I think he's just snuffed out that boon totem. So he's now aware that they have boons in the game. That's a sort of a thing for now that the killer knows that. It's another thing to know. And that was a head-on stun just there. That was that perk I was talking about earlier where we were saying like, is it a good idea to hide in a locker? That perk is the one where you jump out of the locker and stun the killer. So we're getting to see some pretty unique perks here. Looking at the build that the killer's taking here, Scourge Hook, Pain, Resonance. I think that was Barbecue and Chili, and I think that was that Overcharge or Jolt? I can't remember exactly, but it's a lot of gen slowdown. Gets another hit off onto this killer. Sorry, onto the survivor. Onto Simple Game, and is I'm not sure what the survivor was doing just there, but gets second hook onto that survivor there, which is huge. And it looks like Chain Hunt is getting close to starting, and they haven't picked up the lament configuration yet, but they're very close, and so is the killer, meaning that this could get really dicey really fast here. Ada is going to go for the unhook here. Meanwhile, they do still have Steve pressuring those generators, hasn't even been interacted with yet.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see what he's up to, because so far we don't have any generators completed. So
yeah, I think because of all the slowdown that's going on, and the chain hunt has just started, that's going to disrupt the generators even more. It's going to be even more difficult. This survivor has the flashbang perk equipped. He's dropping a flashbang there. Oh, and flashes the killer there, blinding him, and makes a bit of a better escape here. Steve has just sold the lament configuration as well, stopping that chain hunt, which is pretty good. And that's the first gen pop, but it's 1 gen for 3 hooks right now. It's not great. What on earth just happened there? Killer should have gotten that hit. I don't know what just happened, but Ada is doing a pretty good job looping right here, and is getting in the locker. Oh, because of head on, they're exhausted. They don't have head on. Oh my god!
Oh, that worked.
That actually worked.
That worked. I'm
the David strat.
I'm kind of shocked there. Although it looks like the killer has just already found more people. That's 3 hits, 3 people injured here. That's more people who have to heal now. Lithe comes out from the Meg's almost here, kind of getting a large amount of distance. They're dodging the hook as well. So yeah, I think the killer's currently just trying to get a pick. Finally finds the Steve now. So that's the first hit on Steve. Everyone is injured.
Yes,
this is
not looking too good for the survivors right now.
Yeah.
They're all just kind of individually getting chased. He's not really properly picking any of them off, but he's putting so much pressure on the whole group. They're not really getting enough time to work on these generators.
Yeah. And now that he's got another hook here, hopefully he gets a Scourge Hook close by here and can throw that down. That cuts the first 25% of of the most progressed gen down, as well as that barbecue and chili should give him a lot of idea of where the survivors are. He can see them now, as well. Lament configuration was solved there, so fortunately no chain hunt for the survivors. That gen's really close to being done here, but that's what two gens for what 4 hooks. It's actually pretty good, but the problem is that the hooks are all on the same people. Ooh, and unfortunately that looks like 2 of them have just been caught out there. Live comes out here from the Jill, creating a lot of distance. Ada, not sure what. Oh, Ada's crafting a flashbang using the locker. That's what that was. It seems like Ada is playing really around lockers here quite a lot. So
the David strat. Clearly they've been watching.
Yeah, so meta.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, are we gonna see we might see a flashbang play here. Nope. Unfortunately, the flashbang didn't blind the killer there. That was fast enough to respond, and this should be the first death of the game here. 1 death and 1 more person dead on hook, and they've only completed a single gen. Lament configuration is being solved, which means that the killer may be able to just teleport right there. He can teleport to the survivor solving it, and that gets him immediately a new person to charge on. Yeah, the famous voice line. It got removed from the game at one point for a little bit. Head-on stun coming out from Ada again. I really like this Ada's build. It's a very funny build. Looks like they're all kind of playing a little bit slowly now, while they just try to kind of get back on their feet here. They're still down out. Killer. Ada, sorry, survivor. Ada is currently getting chased, but
I feel like every time we look at Vord, they're just being chased.
Yeah, it's
they're having a day.
Just not get a rest, yeah.
And they need the rest because
and they can't even go for the David strat.
Oh, the one time they didn't go in the locker there.
Yeah, it looks like the killer's learning the strategies now and is not going to fall for that again.
No, it's listening to the stream.
Yeah. Jake, if you are stream sniping, I will personally come to your house and find. I mean, what? Sorry.
Dead by Daylight IRL?
Dead by Daylight IRL. It looks like Vor has gone down, but the killer now knows that they're looking for those flashlight saves. But I think the survivors are trying to spread out that pressure, so they're both on gens elsewhere. That's 1 more gen done, but there should be another gen popping in a second here as well. Really, the best thing that the killer could be doing right now is really hunting down that Meg and just tunneling that Meg out of the game. Get her out of the game. She's on death hook right now. And I think with barbecue and chili, that actually helped them reveal where the survivors were. But I think they must have actually just snuck past there. Has finally found the Meg. That's what we wanted. Unfortunately, console aim is not the best.
I came.
Has found an injured Steve here. This is going to be very difficult for Steve. Although, I think Steve might be able to get the pallet here. Yeah. Steve get the pallet stun on. And the flashlight. There we go.
Not seen much of that this evening.
No.
Yeah, it's kind of difficult to get flashlight saves. It's really, really timing based. It's just gonna probably try and bloodlust this, maybe? Steve is going to slam the pallet down in his face here. That's Shaq pallet down. That's one of the best pallets in the game. Yeah, and they have a flashlight. I'm sure he heard the locker. Please tell me you heard the locker. There's no... Yeah. Oh, head-on stun. Oh, they're all playing head-on builds. Oh my god. This is
Someone was listening to me.
Someone was listening,
this
yeah.
is the
This
play.
is David strat the game.
That was a good 50-50 from the killer there. It's probably going to get the down here. Down on Steve here. But, oh! Really good 360 bloodlust come out. There's not really much that Steve can do there. He's in the dead zone. But
I mean, the good thing is Steve's wasted a lot of time for his fellow survivors. As we can see here, they're all working hard on these gens.
The problem is that both the survivors are working on the same generator together there. And because of pain resonance, the gen just exploded, revealing their location. And now it's blocked because of the other perk that he has, Grim Embrace. So that's tough. And all the generators on the map are now going to be locked for 40 seconds. So now the survivors have just been revealed to the killer.
I guess the thing is the killer knows as well that they're going to be taking advantage of the amount of time that he spent trying to capture Steve, so he
Yeah.
knows that they're going to be around these generators.
Ooh, a bit of a delayed swing there from the killer. That is the down onto Meg. That is Death Hook. This is becoming more and more of a difficult game for the survivors here, and especially because now the Steve is having to solve that lament configuration instead of being on a generator. That's so much pressure. And Pinhead gets to teleport, so like is immediately into chase again. That's the big thing with the Cenobite is it's basically if you can get your timing good on this, you can basically just be going from chase to chase to chase. So you get a chase, you get a down, you get a hook, you get a chase, you get a down, you get a hook. And then
and that's definitely what we've been seeing during this round.
yeah, there's a lot of pressure on the survivors, which is I mean, pressure is the last thing you want in this game where you're already having to deal with like a time crunch and skill checks. Boon Totem has been snuffed out again. And it is looking pretty difficult here. If I was the Cenobite, I would be looking for probably the Ada here because Steve is already injured, pressuring the Ada into either being injured or like getting it down on them because they're further from. Sorry, I think it's just better to go for the Ada because if they're both injured, then it takes longer for them to heal. And also, I mean, if you get the down on the Steve, it would probably create pressure, but the Steve can then also just die on hook to give Ada the hatch. Which would be a bit more difficult. Although, Steve has just been spotted. And, unfortunately, the pallet does get slammed down onto the Cenobite's face there. Flashbang coming in clutch there. That was a very good flashbang. Although, I'm not sure if it can really do much here because this is such a small loop here. Oh! Head-on stun coming in!
The David
they are putting value into this. He's found the right target here.
The David strat is OP. I'm gonna be honest here.
It is. I think if I was Steve here, I'd be looking for that lament configuration, but that means that no one's on a generator again. This is just a game that... Oh, never mind! They're getting set up for another loop onto the killer here with a head-on stun. It's gonna stun in 3, 2, 1. There we go.
Because he surely knows that's coming.
Oh, and the flashlight.
Yeah, it's a strategy, but I don't think that it's unlucky because Chain Hunt's about to come out now. They're screwed now. They will now probably lose because although it's funny what they did. Oh,
we just feel like their hourglass is running out of sand right now.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Although I did see that cheeky teabag from Ada there. To be fair, I think it was pretty deserved. Bloodlust did just come out there. That is a lot of chains on Ada now. Ada is gonna struggle to get out of this one now, I think. Flashbang gets dodged. He's trying to mind game her. Lament configuration is being spotted, but Hellraiser's right there. Oh. So they can't even get rid of can't really get rid of it. Steve's down. He's gonna slug to try and get the 4K here, I think, is the plan. Chain Hunt is continuing once again. Or sorry, no, Chain Hunt is ended. Sorry. So wait, or has it? I haven't played the Pinhead. Uh-oh. Killer is what is the killer doing?
So
Well,
they're
having a
having
good
problems
thing.
or they're very, very calm.
Well, they're typing in Twitch chat. I win.
Just going for a stroll, you know?
Yeah.
Yep, just having a pleasant walk through the ironworks of misery.
I think they just wanted
Has to check the locker. Has to check the locker. It's,
They just wanted to give the Steve hope, you know.
yeah.
It's the hope that kills you, you know?
Just
It
get the
really
hook
is.
And just hope that Ada gets unlucky with the placement here. Now I think this game might just be up to chance here, in terms of whether the Ada or whether the Ada or the Cenobite get the hatch first. But it's also possible that Steve might just stay on hook and stay alive, keep pressure. Although right now there's not really much that Ada can do other than go for the unhook or look for the hatch, but the hatch won't spawn until Steve is dead. He goes for the unhook. That's pretty good. Chain hunt is continuing again.
That feels like not so good a move.
Yeah, it's not great. Cenobite has found Ada here. It's probably gonna get it down if the hook lands. Never mind, good dodge from Ada there. This Ada is actually, to be honest, all these survivors are really good at juking. Steve is probably gonna run for some space here, or oh, Steve is hiding in a locker again. Oh no! Here we go.
Going back to the David strat.
Oh, he's found the lament configuration. This should cause chain hunt to start. He's gonna get the unhook, I think. Steve's probably gonna get the unhook, but currently they're running low on steam. Oh wait. Oh, there it comes! There it comes! Steve has done the done the head-on strat. It's probably gonna go for the unhook, maybe. I'm not actually sure what Steve's gonna do here. I don't know if they can. Oh, really good prediction there by the Cenobite, and I think that is game.
That's Death Hook.
That is Death Hook.
Yeah,
I think that is game here. No one can escape anymore. Assuming they can get. Oh wait, no, there's a hook right here. Well played by both sides on this. I think both teams played really well. The survivors were definitely silly, but
the survivors put in like a really good fight against this. Honestly, like just, this
I
killer was
respect
really
that
intense.
build. That's one of like the most oppressive killers, I would say, at least in my opinion, to play against. And I mean, the survivors did really have a funny build there of head-on, quick and quiet, flashbang, and vigil, allowing them to really be quite funny about it. But yeah, well played to both sides, and I guess that's almost it, right?
Yeah, let's take a look at the final scores. So we were just waiting on this game, and we're waiting on one of a matchup to finish. But so far, Traffic are the winner of this tournament. So congratulations to them on 6 points. And right now we have Freddy Krueger's Dream Team, Green Envelopes, Bug Sharks, and Ducks by Daylight, all tied for 3 points.
I think Fog Sharks points-wise is probably the highest. I think looking at the scores that have been so far published, especially including the score that we just calculated or we just had, I think they do place third. And then I think that's underdog though. I think Green Envelopes might be placing fourth, which is really impressive for the fact that they were like for the first half of the tournament they were right at the bottom. So they really pulled. They fought back.
Yeah, they've really climbed back up the leaderboard from dead last to center leaderboard. Like they should be really proud of that.
That was really well done for
Honestly, every game we've watched tonight has been awesome. We've seen so many good fights from survivors, from the killers. People putting in like a lot of effort, doing some awesome plays, especially the David strats. Congratulations, my fellow NTU students. You perfectly executed so many David strats. I'm very proud.
All I have to say is I think everyone we spectated played really well. I don't think there was anyone who particularly played badly. I think everyone should be really happy with how they did. Well played, everyone. Good job, and it was very fun. I enjoyed this. I hope everyone who played enjoyed as well.
And if you want to see Dead by Daylight again, or another game completely, there's going to be more fan favorite votes going on our social media. So make sure you keep track of that. We love doing these sorts of sort of off-cycle tournaments. It's always a bit of fun. So yeah, keep an eye on our socials for that.
And if you enjoyed this cast from the Newell team, maybe we could do something like this again. If you didn't, also let us know, and we'd never assault your ears again. But I'm sure you all loved How Gloom. How Gloom, you've been amazing. Thank you so much
for having me. I was very fun.
For this stream.
Not just casting us, but carrying this entire cast. We were just here to try and derail you and ask you ridiculous questions.
Where's the fun in staying on the tracks? That's what I'm going to say.
Exactly. I did just have one final thought. Where is the Dead by Daylight IRL experience?
I don't know, but they need to make that. I think that would be really fun.
I'm thinking, because you get hooked, like you have like a harness that they like hook you on, and you're like, That would be so cool.
That would be
If
very
anyone's listening and they're like, man,
And
I've been
has a
wanting to
couple
make
million.
a horror IRL experience recently, please do a Dead by Daylight one.
It would be very fun.
I think I'm going to leave everyone with that. So thank you so much for tuning in. We have more University Esports broadcasts, real ones, casted by more real casters like Hellgloom and
I'm
not
not a
by
real
me and
caster.
David. So please tune in over the coming few weeks. And thank you very much, everyone.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
No, they're not. Super different and only fans putting on this round of everyone is in hate snakes, and this snake will end it here for double kill versus Kyrie on the back of this fight. Cancels fast forward and
You must think that I'm a restless case because I ran away, because I ran away. If you listen to the words I say, you know that I'm okay, you know it's just a phase. Don't think I'm leaving 'cause I'm not at all, and if you get hurt it's unintentional. I just wanted you to realize that I'm the one you like, that I'm the one you like. So where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go? I don't know. Where do we go? Where do we go from through. Tell me how about you? How about you?